Late night boxing talks. It's a lot of stuff going on. Gonna wait for the list to populate. Uh, got preoccupied this afternoon. Has some things that I had to do. I wanted to get 2 episodes of the relay out. Well, 3 really for the day, but wasn't able to. Smokey, what it do? You know, I got the trusty knife of knifery over here. The knife of knifery. Just the West Side Story knife. You got to do a dance once you flick it. You know what I mean? What it do, Juan Luis? What it do, Old Dirty? What it do, Avo, Jack? Yeah, yo, in the building. Bobby Light, getting light. Jay, what it do? And we out here, man, you know. Lots of conversations surrounding Ryan Garcia and Javante Davis. What it do, my man Drew? Mario Guzman, que lo que manín. Damn, those episodes, too much news, need to do a live. Yeah, that's exactly the frame of mind. You read my mind that there's so much going on. Some of it is worthy of a segment, and some of it is like, nah, I'd rather just talk about it live. Some stuff is worthy of a segment. Like, now that Savannah Marshall and Franchon Cruz are going to be fighting, I don't want to talk about that. I want to do a segment on that. But there's other subjects I want to talk about. Like, one thing that everybody's been talking about this past week is the fact that the Zone is actually charging less for Garcia versus Davis than Showtime. That if you're going to see it on Showtime, that's going to be $85. But if you a DAZN subscriber, it's not going to be $85. It's only going to be $60. So, you know, there's a lot of conversations about that. Shout out to my man George. Appreciate the super sticker. You ain't had to do that, but you did it. You know, there's a lot of conversations about that. And people that are still propagating the idea, I should say, that Showtime is the superior platform when their own metrics tell a very different story between 120 layoffs, budget tightening, which they said themselves there's going to be belt tightening, shows being canceled, ratings for fights consistently being low. They're never any good. You know, the writing is on the wall, but some people still refuse to read it. Shout out to my man Yayo, Liam Pato versus Barboza. Yeah, that's one of the fights I want to talk about. Base is mad at me. Listen, man, I didn't know. I knew it was going to be tomorrow, but I didn't know it was going to be at the same time. If I would have known, as soon as Beats told me, I was like, oh shit, I'm about to turn this live off and go watch. You could go back and watch it. I didn't know it was at the same time. As soon as I realized, oh snap, they live, I shut my live down to go watch yours. And then when I got there, it was over already. Shout out to my man Chris Price, Marshall versus Cruz. Yes. I'm looking forward to that. I don't want to talk about it here and now because I want to do a video on it tomorrow morning. So I don't want to talk about that here and now. I like both fights. That's what I will say. I like Jadeja Green versus any one of those two fighters because I like Jadeja Green. She's a great counterpuncher. She's strong. She's exciting, fan-friendly. So any one of those two fights is cool with me. The reason I want Ryan to win is because he will make boxing bigger. I don't know about that. Having a great day. Clowns mad that the Zone has a discount on the pay-per-view and are also mad that the Zone is not promoting Tank versus Ryan and think Diaz versus Paul undermines it, which is a super fight. Yeah, I want to talk about that today, Drew. I want to talk about that tonight. Jake Paul announced earlier today he's going to be fighting Nate Diaz. I think that's a big fight. I have no reason to believe otherwise. Between the supporters that Jake already has, the audience that he already has, and the audience, the cult following that Nate Diaz has, the kind of person that he is, that you know that you don't play with Nate Diaz. You don't talk to Nate Diaz any old kind of way. All that stuff that y'all be doing with other people, you can't really do that to Nate Diaz. He like what's it called? The Stockton slap? His Stockton slap somebody out here. I think that it's gonna do goodbyes. I think it's gonna do goodbyes. I don't know about 1 million or anything like that, but I do think it'll do okay at the box office. I do. Shout out to Jay, because they can't read. That's what it is. And you hold on. Get the chicken sandwich, man. Just chill out, all right? Eat the chicken sandwich if you want the chicken sandwich. Over here crying over everything. Yeah, that's my kid, man. I got him some McDonald's and they all arguing over what they want to eat. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, the Showtime thing, it's like I don't understand how these people who claim to know what they're talking about or who claim that Showtime is the superior platform. I don't really know what planet you're on, but nothing says trouble in paradise like 120 layoffs. Nothing says trouble in paradise like the higher ups at Showtime saying in plain English, there's going to be belt tightening. Shows are going to get canceled. We are going to get integrated into Paramount. These are not the things that happen when a platform is doing well. This is the opposite of what a platform doing well. This is the opposite of that. And yet they refuse. They a lot of people, they like to be argumentative. Is it wrong to say King Ra is more? No, it's not. He is. He is. The Zone thought more to make Jake versus Nate a global pay-per-view than Tank versus Ryan. Metrics must not be good. Paramount not even promoting it or offering it in a bundle. It's like, these are all common sense talking points. For Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz to be a global pay-per-view, you know what that communicates? Confidence. That's what that communicates. Confidence. That we know or we feel this will do well in the global market, so we're going to do that. And with Ryan and Javante, it's different. They know you can't ask these Brits getting up at 5 and 6 in the morning to pay extra for that. They're not even invested in them like that. You see what I mean? It's all common sense arguments. It's all common sense arguments. That's all it is. And the reason I'm talking about the platforms, me and Beats spoke yesterday. Shout out to Beats. And we was talking about this, and I said that, everything about Showtime shows you that they in trouble. You don't start laying people off when you're doing well. The numbers is down. Anybody could go see them. The ratings come out regularly. You got to find them now because they don't announce them since they ain't got nothing to brag about. But it's like, if you still telling yourself that Showtime is a superior platform, you know what that tells me? That you don't buy nothing. You don't buy nothing. That's what that tells me. Because to have a Showtime subscription, that's assuming that you don't have cable, and most people are cutting the cord. So I'm going to go with a scenario where you don't have cable, but you're subscribed to Showtime, right? You're subscribed to that specific platform. Well, you're paying approximately $120 a year just for the subscription. That's just for the subscription. And on top of that, you got to pay $80 every single time they put on a halfway decent fight, or they put on a fight with a fighter of any note. For example, you would have already had to pay $160 for Hector Garcia versus Gervonta Davis and Caleb Plant versus David Benavidez. That's all in the first quarter. That's all in the first quarter of the year. You would have had to pay for both of those. On top of the $120 you going to pay at the end of the year. Because a Showtime subscription is about $10 a month. 10 times 12, $120, right? So that's just what you paying for the sub. That ain't even what you paying for the content. On top of the sub, you got to pay $80 for Davis versus Hector Garcia. Another $80 for Plant versus Benavidez. Another $80 for Davis versus Ryan Garcia. Another $80 for whatever Spence is about to do, whether it's Thurman or Crawford. Another $80 for whatever Wilder about to do. And you telling me that you buying all that. You a liar. Because if you was buying all of that, you wouldn't be sitting here complaining about the Zone. The Zone is cheaper than that. Shout out to Drew. Dead Zone has the biggest influencer fights now. Just watch how the Zone adds KSI to the mix of Diaz versus Paul to hype up him. Yo, it's a huge fight. And I don't say that because I like celebrity boxing. I don't watch celebrity boxing. The only reason I bought the Jake Paul fights was because Amanda was on them. Y'all know I did buy them fights, but I bought them because Amanda was on them. You know what I mean? Because Amanda has some fights on there. Bang. I'm not into the celebrity fights, but I know that's a big fight. That's a very big fight. KSI has millions of people, millions, that follow him. Jake has millions of people, millions upon millions that follow him. You put them two together, you're going to get robust numbers. It's a numbers game. And if they ever fight and it's on the DAZN platform, that's going to do numbers, man. It's going to do numbers. It's a common sense argument. And you can't criticize DAZN for doing what Showtime was already trying to do, lest we forget. Where was Jake Paul before this? He was at Showtime. Y'all tried, but Showtime is not that big a platform. I don't put that on Jake. I said it before. I think that Jake going to Showtime hurt his momentum because that platform is not big enough for him. It's not. That's not a big enough platform. When he was on Triller, the Ben Askren numbers, the Nate Robinson numbers, all of that was cookie crunchy. It was all good. And you didn't notice a decline until he went to Showtime. And that's when I was like, well, wait a minute. I don't think that's because of Jake. I think that's because of Showtime. Sports don't belong on a premium cable network. They don't. Sports have to be as accessible as possible. So the better place for Jake would be either ESPN or DAZN, because those are both sports networks, and this is sports entertainment, whereas Showtime primarily drums up business off of story-based programming, TV shows, dramas, stuff like that. That's their specialty. Sports is not really what they do. And for the longest time, people felt that because they got a leg up with Floyd, that it was going to last. But you see, in the absence of Floyd Mayweather, what are the numbers looking like? What are the buys looking like? What are the ratings for a regular fight that happens on Showtime? What do those look like? How many subscribers does Showtime have this year versus how many they had last year? And you'll see that in every single area, it's a downward trend. In every single area. But y'all want to argue with me. You know what I mean? Them KSI pay-per-views is moving. That's what I know. They moving. If they would have said you get 1 year Paramount Plus and Showtime bundle or DAZN, depending on who you buy Tank versus Ryan from, for $100 and $120, that sells. Yeah, yo. I mean, honestly, I don't want to be negative and say that Javante and Ryan is not a big commercial fight. I do think it's a big commercial fight. I just question how big, because you're doing all of this on the premise that Ryan's notoriety, which has more to do with Instagram and less to do with boxing, you're relying on the notoriety he has as an influencer to sell pay-per-views. I'm not saying that he can't. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying I don't know how many of those people that follow him on social media is going to spend, because what you're essentially talking about, a lot of them, is kids. You're not talking about that 30 to 35, that 35 to 40 crowd that has disposable income that says, no, you know what, I want to buy that. That's not the people that's following him on Instagram. The people that's following him on Instagram is little girls and little boys and shit like that. You know what I mean? If Ryan KO's Tank, the industry will turn into chaos. And look, I'm not high on that fight, because whether Gervonta Davis knocks out Ryan or Ryan knocks out Gervonta, it's inconsequential. I don't believe either one of those two guys is going to fight Shakur. I don't believe either one of those two guys is going to fight Devin. So whatever happens between them doesn't really matter to me. It don't matter. Like, it don't lead into nothing. Only thing that's going to happen is because of the numbers, whatever it does, they gonna be on some bullshit like, oh, I'm the A side. You gotta bow down to me. Bro, it ain't going that shit ain't gonna work. Hey man, stop slamming the fucking door. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna work. It's like, yo, the only reason Ryan was willing to accept a rehydration clause, a catch weight, a one-way rematch clause. The only reason he was willing to do all that is because he don't want to fight them other guys any more than Gervonta do. He don't want to fight Devin. He don't want to fight Shakur. So it's like this is the lesser of two evils. It's a common sense argument. He was already Devin Haney mandatory challenger. He didn't want to fight him then, even though y'all was on the same platform. That's why I'm not really high on that fight. I don't really see what anyone could be excited about. A big part of what sells pay-per-views and makes a fight exciting is that you see two very good fighters that are very good fighters that have proven themselves lock horns with each other. That's not Ryan, fam. Ryan is not a champion. He wasn't a champion at 35. He's not a champion at 140. Gervonta not really a champion neither. You got a secondary belt. You don't have a real belt. So what's the exciting part? That Gervonta weight drain Ryan and he probably gonna knock him out? That's not exciting, fam. It's not exciting. Is Nate versus Paul gonna outdo Mayweather McGregor? I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna do that much. Mayweather McGregor did monster numbers. That did monster numbers. I don't think it's gonna do that, but I do think it's gonna do well. The Zone picks up the Vela development series. Well, I mean, that would be good for Devella. You know, he got a couple of good female fighters I like. I don't really follow very many of his male fighters outside of Jalalov, but he does have a couple of good female fighters. Nah, I don't know about 2 million, bro. I don't know about that. That's a big number. That's a very, very big number. But yeah, yo, I don't like. Like people think I'm saying that to be salty or to be a hater, and I'm being dead ass serious. Now I'm not excited. I'm not excited about Gervonta and Ryan because what's the exciting part? What is there to be excited about? If Gervonta knock out Ryan, oh well. If Ryan knock out Gervonta, it'll be funny, but oh well. It ain't no consequences with that fight. And I ain't a fan of either of them dudes. So it's like, whatever, bro. Like, whatever. I don't know. I cannot say that with any certainty, Yimmy. I can't say that with any certainty because Jake's social media following. See, this is what you got to think about. Jake's social media following is actually bigger than Ryan's. And Jake has been on pay-per-view more than once. He's coming off a successful pay-per-view with Tommy Fury. But at the same time, he lost that fight. Then you tack on Nate that has followers of his own, a cult following of his own. It's very possible it could do some good numbers. Like, I don't think nothing crazy like a million or something like that. But I think it could do 5 and 6. I think it could do that. You saw Bob didn't want to re-sign Devin. Any thoughts? The only thoughts I could have about him not wanting to re-sign Devin is that he's hoping Vasyl Lomachenko wins because he knows Vasil Lomachenko not going to 140. Devin is. Win or lose, Devin is going to 140. Win or lose. Whereas if Lomachenko win, he going to be right there for Shakur. And Shakur is his fighter. Devin was just over there temporarily. They not invested in Devin the way that they're invested in Shakur. So what Bob wants, ideally, what Top Rank would want, is the transference of those belts from Loma to Shakur. Diaz Paul does more buys than Fury Paul. Yeah, because Nate Diaz is more well known than Tommy Fury. He more well known. Exactly. You said it better than me, bro. Bob was renting Devin. Devin is not like, yeah, he had a deal with Top Rank, but you know the investment in Devin is not the same as the investment in Shakur. They in the Shakur Stevenson business for the long haul. So if you Top Rank, what you want, what you shooting for is for the winner of Haney versus Loma to fight him. And if you know that Devin gonna move up whether he win or he lose, then it's like, well, what we don't really need him like that then, because he not, like we could do Lopez versus Haney, but he might want an arm and a leg for that. Obviously, Canelo is about legacy and won't entertain such nonsense. I don't know. They talking about Canelo in the comments. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, that's the best way to categorize it. Bob was just renting Devin. He was just renting him. It was a temporary situation, not a long-term situation. I kind of figured that, maybe Bob would still want him for Lopez, but we got to see what happened with that. Because if you Devin, it's a lot of killers at 140, but it's not a lot of money. Now you could fight Lopez and make money, but you know what I mean? Yeah, Kambosos is the Bella's fighter. Kambosos is the Bella Entertainment fighter. And we've been talking this platform stuff. We've been talking this stuff all week, really, in reference to Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis, and how, Showtime is not a global streaming platform. They're not a global streaming platform. They're limited to the American market mostly. And Showtime, the Zone, at least they could get that fight to the Brits, because it's not like Showtime has a UK affiliate. They don't. Where Top Rank has a UK affiliate and Sky Sports, whatchamacallit, don't have that. Showtime, PBC, however you want to put it, they don't have that. They are in fact a smaller platform. People look at people. I feel like people deliberately take things out of context. We all talking about boxing, right? We talking about boxing. Okay, so in terms of boxing, you could say that Showtime has more subscribers than the Zone, right? You could say that. But how many of those Showtime subscribers are there for sports? Less than 1%. Because less than 1% is the amount of people that watch their boxing matches. So you could have 27 million, right? 27 million subscribers on Showtime versus 15 million subscribers on DAZN. What's the difference? That 15 million is all sports fans. That 15 million is all people that are subscribed for sports. Whereas the 27 or the 20 whatever million that subscribe to Showtime, they not there for sports. The majority of them, the vast majority of them, they there for TV shows, bro. That's why most of them fights don't even get watched, because most of the people subscribe to Showtime. They not there for boxing. Agree, Jay. Bob wants all the belts on Top Rank. That's the transference, bro. He want them belts to transfer from the winner of that fight to Shakur Stevenson. What's the problem? If the winner of that fight is Devin Haney, he not staying that lightweight. Drew says David won't want B-Voss. Man, David, come on, B. Like that dude, I ain't even gotta say nothing. You know what I mean? It's a big difference. You could have more subscribers on Showtime than the Zone, but those subscribers is not there for sports. They're not there for sports. You can see that in the ratings. You can see that in the pay-per-view buys. All the things you got to look at. You can see it. They're like, well, yeah, y'all got more subscribers than they do, but they subscribers is literally just there for sports. Yours are not. And because this conversation pertains to boxing, well, the better platform for boxing is the one that caters to sports fans. Showtime don't cater to sports fans. That's not their area. Just because they've been doing it a while, that don't make them a sports network. They ain't ESPN. Now I'm gonna post the link in the chitty chat. We gonna get it popping. I know the WBO ordered Liam Pato versus Arnold Barboza. I don't know if that fight is gonna happen. If you're Liam Pato and you're coming off an injury, do you want to face a big, strong, unbeaten fighter who's from another platform? I believe that is a play to line up Arnold Barboza for Teofimo Lopez. That's what I believe. And I believe they're trying to chase away Liam Pato from that position because they want it all in-house. They want it to be a top-rank affair. And they trying to get Liam Pato to walk away from his spot so Arnold can move into it. That's what I believe.
No, it's clear as day. I don't know if you said this, Jules. It's on topic, but not. I thought you said it about. It looks like PBC and them. They're fixing their fights in the sense that they're matching all their high-paid guys against killers or keeping them on the shelf to reset their market.
I'm gonna say that contention. It actually came from Alexis. Alexis said, or at least he said, he believes that what Tom Brown is doing is trying to change the old guard. That all these guys that think they got to get 6 and 7 figures every time they get out there, they try and get rid of them guys. Like Jarrett Hurd. They trying to get, because you see how they matched him.
But all these guys. Because there's like people don't know. Boxing is in a weird place right now. But there's still killers out there that will take 70,000 and go back home like, motherfucker, I'm gonna fucking fuck you up.
Bro, I told you that even if America has gone a bit soft, it's them foreign fighters that's gonna come around and beat the shit out of somebody, bro. It's them guys south of the border. It's them guys in Argentina, them guys in Mexico, them crazy Russians. It's still people out here that want to beat the shit out of you. Who mic is that? Yeah, I mean, it's
who the hell is on a
you heard that
freeway?
Shit, I heard a
Someone's on a fucking motorcycle.
People calling in from everywhere.
Yeah,
that's my Ferrari, bro. I'm in a Ferrari.
600.
I know it wasn't $1 million, Drew.
It was like $500,000, I think. But now they're going to jump him back down to $250,000.
Of course, and you know you ain't got to pay Mendoza. You know you ain't got to pay Mendoza no crazy money. So it's like you could kind of see, like I see where he's coming from. It's just that you going a step further saying that that's deliberate. You feel me? That they're deliberately doing those guys. I don't know that. I can't. That's not something that I can prove. You feel me? Like I can't prove that, but I see where he coming from because Jarrett Hurd got beat. Fundora got beat. You know what I mean? Charlo been on the shelf. Both Charlos been on the shelf. And you know, with Jamal, they say, oh, domestic issues. All right, Jamal, injury. But that's my Big Mac, man.
Yeah, and that's why that's why I know Jamal is like stuck. Like, man, I can't take a loss to Adames because I'm gonna go from 7 figures to middle 6. So let me just wait my ass for a Benavidez fight now or something.
Well, he's not going to fight. Like, you know, he's not going to come right back and fight somebody like Benavidez. They're going to give him what I think is going to happen. He'll come back at some point this summer if he does come back. And then after that, he'll move up towards the tail end of the year. And I don't know. Maybe he fights Caleb Truax. I don't know. Maybe he fights Caleb Plant. He'll fight somebody up there to get him acclimated. Because I don't actually think we get Benavidez versus Charlo this year. And then they'll move Adames into that spot, you know. But you know just as well as I do that, look, Adames is a good young fighter. I got nothing against him. But he ain't worth no money. Just ain't worth no money. That's the reality of it. You know what I mean? They not going to sacrifice Charlo to Adames when they could sacrifice him to Benavidez and try to build that as a pay-per-view.
Yeah, because that's probably why Adames can't get his title shot.
Exactly.
Can I ask you this, Drew? Do you see any of these 7-figure guys fighting on Showtime regular ever again?
No. Honestly.
So how are they going? Like Charlo's not going to fight. Like, how are they going to put that? They're going to have to do a joint pay-per-view or like a. It's just wild to like see.
The last one they did bomb, bro.
Well, but they're not. What I'm saying is, the last guys that made $1 million each on Showtime Championship Boxing was Charlo Castaño, 2. That was already a year ago, fellas.
Yeah, but those days.
I don't think that was $1 million though.
How much did David and Caleb get paid for their fight?
Drying up.
Those days, for the most part, that you know that you could have a 7-figure fighter fighting on a regular Showtime fight, not a pay-per-view. Those days are over, bro. The pay-per-views are now for Mixayo fights, Brandon Figueroa fights, Ray Vargas fights, Fundora fights. These are not 7-figure fighters. Now, the 7-figure fighters, what they want to do with them, stick them on pay-per-view. It's the only way they're going to get them out there.
How much did Caleb and David get paid for their fight? Anybody know?
I don't know, but I know it wasn't nothing crazy.
But no, what I'm saying is guys like that are not going to be on Showtime anymore.
I mean, we don't know what Showtime's future is. We don't know what their future is. We don't know what Paramount is going to decide to do at the end of this year. Who mic is that?
At a certain point, their hand's going to be forced.
Say it again, country.
At a certain point, their hand's going to be forced to work with somebody else because they're not going to have a choice.
I mean, they're stubborn, bro. They're stubborn. Like, look, Samson Lukowicz said it just the other day. I haven't even had the chance to make a segment on it. That they're not going to send David to DAZN. And isn't that what I've been telling all of you guys? That if push comes to shove, I said if push comes to shove, they will not send that guy over there because I don't think it's their plan to get a Canelo fight. They just want to use his name.
You called it. Yep, you called it. You said so, and he said that like a day ago.
They're floundering outfit, and it's wild to see. Like case in point, Jules, do you think when Caleb Plant comes back, do you think he's gonna be delusional enough to say I still need at least $1 million to fight? Yes,
because that's how they made those guys.
Exactly.
I don't want to be cold, but the reality of it is, how you gonna think that you could lose the 2 biggest fights of your career and you supposed to get what you got before? Nah.
But who is he possibly going to fight that he can make $1 million with? I mean, there's nobody else there.
I would say Charlo.
Okay. All right.
And can I ask you this, Drew? If you're Charlo, would you come back after 2 years and fight Caleb? Would you?
No, I don't think that's gonna be his comeback fight. The comeback fight I think he gonna have. Maybe he fights Sulietsky at middleweight. Maybe, and I'm going out on a limb, maybe they get Caleb a rebound fight in the summer, like say August, and then they have Charlo versus Plant in the winter. Because I don't think that I just don't think that I don't think that Charlo gonna go from a Sulietsky to a Benavidez. I don't think that.
Not at all. And then you got Boots Ennis saying he's a main event fighter. I'm like, Boots, they're not gonna pay you $750,000 million and only have 100,000 left over for a bum to fight you.
Let me put it to you another way, my guy. If you really was a headliner, you'd be headlining, not talking about it. Because if you were a headliner, they would use you for that. If you were a headliner, why wouldn't they use you? You could sell tickets, right? You could draw. Well, if you really was a draw, you'd be drawing. But you're not, right? You on undercards. Yeah, it's a reason for that.
Why they putting you in co-mains as well? Like you ain't.
If you're a headliner, why you didn't take the Crawford fight?
Exactly. And I don't say that. I don't want nobody to hear me say that and think, oh, you attacking Boots. No, I'm attacking Showtime. That's who I'm attacking because I've been saying it for over a year. These guys that you got floating around that think they special, Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman, you supposed to feed the both of them the boots. If you want to make them a star, that's what you got to do. And if you don't do that, I'm sorry, he not going to cross over. People need to see him knock out a Danny Garcia. They need to see that because how else watching him knock out a Roman Villa ain't going to do nothing.
You know what?
No, do they understand that Jules would run around naked and pay for them to knock out Danny Garcia or Keith Thurman?
Yeah, but we all know that we all know neither one of those guys is going to fight Boots. They don't want it. They're going to reject it instantly.
Let me lay it out for you. Wait, let me lay it out for you. Let me lay it out for you because this is what's supposed to happen. This is what's supposed to happen. You supposed to offer them the big money to take that risk. You supposed to offer them the big money. That's saying that somebody Mike is going crazy. Who Mike is that,
damn Mike?
I don't want to hear you. See, somebody got to go because somebody got too much shit going on in the background.
They're on the freeway, some shit.
That is not me. I've been on mute the whole time.
Now, what I'm gonna say is, what's supposed to happen in that situation, you are supposed to compensate a Keith Thurman or a Danny Garcia for the risk. And Boots, you're not supposed to make superstar money for that fight. You're not. Because you're not the known fighter. We trying to turn you into the known fighter by showing you beat the known fighter. So you might get, I don't know, 500,000, maybe 750,000. Thurman will maybe get $2 million for the risk for the ass whooping that he about to take. Or Danny, you supposed to get $2 million, maybe 1.5, maybe 2 for the ass whooping you about to take. You got to make sacrifices. And the reason I blame Showtime is, are you doing that? Because he ain't gonna cross over fighting Chukatsians and Villas. He not like
because Jules, he just laid it out. Let's just say like he gets in there, he gets in there with one of them and knocks them out. Okay, that's what comes after that. Now you can probably start making the money that you want to make.
Well, did you hear what Bozy put out this morning though?
What Bozy said?
Bozy said they got 2 fights on the table. Roman Villa and Keith Thurman.
Take the Thurman fight.
Take the Thurman fight.
Thurman.
And the reason I say this is simple, right? It's simple. It's because this is how you supposed to do that. This is how it's always been done. And it's a tried and true method. The reason that we are where we are now in the American boxing scene is because they tried to break away from that. At least the PBC did. They tried to break away from that. That shit don't work. Whatever y'all was trying to do, that shit don't work. That's why none of them welterweights you got, with the exception of Errol, none of them is really worth much, you know? But what's worth something is being the man that stopped Keith Thurman, being the man that stopped Danny Garcia. That is worth something. And that's what they need to do for Jaron Ennis. And if you can't do that, then he not going to cross over. I'll tell you that shit right now.
I do want to be fair to Showtime a little bit here. This wouldn't be the first time either Danny or Keith turned down a fight for big money just because they were afraid of an ass whooping.
No, that's not true.
What?
Danny Garcia turned down $3 million for the Terrence Crawford fight.
Yep, yes,
3 times. 3 times.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But that was because they wouldn't cross the street.
That's what I was going to say, that the reason that this is worse is, you know what? In a business sense, I get it. You don't want to sacrifice your fighter and make your brand look bad letting Crawford beat on these guys. But this is different because this is your guy, Showtime. He loyal to y'all. That's what Bozy said. Yeah, we loyal to Showtime. I like Stephen. All right, cool. You better make it work for you then. Otherwise, I don't know what you loyal to them for. You're not going to turn this guy into no star fighting no Roman Villas. And I like the Roman Villa fight. I'm not a hater. I actually like that fight because he beat Rashidi Ellis, right? He gave him his first loss. But I know nobody know that man. Only reason I know him is because I watch too much boxing. You're not going to turn him into a star with no Roman Villa.
Now, here's a caveat to what you just said, Jules. The only reason you know Boots Ennis is because you watch too much boxing. Nobody knows that dude either.
Nobody know that guy. If you want
Bro,
people,
can I just...
Go ahead.
What's up, everyone? So I just got look. I'm just listening to all of this, yeah, and it just reminds me of of the modern women nowadays. They have flipping. They got sugar daddies and whatnot. Them ones. They have children. These modern women nowadays, and they still think they want to have value men. These fighters, they want to purse 1-2 million, I think, but they're not worth it, bro. Your time has gone, like Keith Thurman on all these lot. Their time are gone. And Boots Ennis, bro, you're just a little fat bitch, and you want someone, you want a millionaire who earns 6-7 figures, bro. But you're not there yet. Lose the weight, as in get in a fight, make that paper, and then you'll be able to do it, bro. This is the problem nowadays. They think everybody is. Like, look at Ennis. He thinks he's a main event fighter. What the fuck did you do? Have you won any belts?
No.
Are you a Mando for anything?
Nope. Well, he a Mando, but I mean, a lot of guys is Mandos. Motherfucking Bakram Murtazaliev is a fucking Mando, but he ain't no headliner.
Boots Ennis could have got
the IBF.
Boots could have got a 7-figure payday and a main event versus Crawford from.
Bro, I told you they don't want no Crawford fight. Like, look, and the other shit is, I'm not a hardline kind of person. I could forgive you not wanting to fight Crawford. I could forgive that, but it's how you move after that that's going to decide how I feel about you. You feel me? It's because you talking this headliner shit. Yo, listen, bro, you not a headliner, all right? Because if you could headline, that's what they'd be doing. If they felt they could put you in a Hulu theater and you gonna pack it out, don't you think they would have? The reason they don't is because you won't. It's not complicated. Everybody wants to make money. The network, the promoters. So if they felt, yeah, let's put Boots at the Hulu theater or let's put him at the Barclays because he could sell it out. Well, if he could sell it out, why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we?
The sad thing is you can't even count on Boots to sell 5,000 tickets, bro.
I said that,
bro. Jules, what is happening with these boxing now? I think these boxers nowadays. Why do they think they deserve to be the A side? Like, look at this. Even we're having this problem in the UK now as well. Look at this clown fat bitch.
It's because they don't trust the process. Like Cotto, you could like him, you could love him, you could hate him, you could say what you want, but that's a fighter that made a lot of money trusting the process. Not all this extra shit. He got himself to the point to where he could call some shots because the 155, that was him. That was him.
Oh, yeah, he lost several times.
Canelo didn't start that shit. Cotto started that shit.
Think about it like this, y'all. There was only one fight. There was only one fighter to A-side Cotto, and it wasn't Floyd. It was fucking Manny who made him come to the catchweight. And Cotto said, "Never fucking again."
Exactly. All right. So what I'm saying is the problem with these guys of today is they all like Paulie Malignaggi just did a segment on it on ProBox. For those that want to see the segment, go on Instagram. They got a clip of it. And he said that, like, yo, you got guys that been making great money to fight the pizza man so that when it's time to fight a guy with a pulse, well, the money's comparable. And it should not be. No, you shouldn't. Honestly, and people going to think I'm cold. You shouldn't be getting more than 200, 300,000 fighting the guys you've been fighting, if that. But Chukatsian? Nah, yeah, you shouldn't be getting more than that. For what?
If they were more active, that'd be enough anyway.
But it goes back to, like you always say, Jewel, the operational cost. If I'm fighting a fucking the pizza man, but I can bring you guys back $2 million, okay, give me $1 million. If I'm not
good for it, see, that's the weird shit. If you giving a guy, and people could think I'm a slime ball, but hey, business is business. If the guy on average is getting 200 to 250,000 versus another guy who's getting 750,000, that guy ain't gonna want to fight because you paying him too much. He ain't gonna want to fight. But this guy that's only getting 200,000, 250,000, yeah, like, yo, get me back out there. I want another fight. I want another fight. Yeah, that's how you keep the fighter hungry. You don't overpay them. And yes, overpaying, that's real. If you paying this fighter more money than he could bring you back, yeah, you overpaying. You paying too much. And then
it's not even about the overpayment sometimes. Sometimes they just have an ego for no reason. Like, look at that Frank Warren's. Look at that Frank Warren's fight and calling out Woodley saying, "I'm the A side." How the fuck are you there with A side, boy? When you're in some hole, you can't even fill 50 seaters, and my man fought at the O2 Arena in front of 18,000 people
I said
make it make sense.
I said that Adelaide. Look, he wasn't there for a fight. I said that last week. That dude is not there for a fight. He was there for publicity. Because if you get there, that's like if I go to Shelton House and I want something to eat, and before I greet Shelton and say good morning, Shelton, how you doing? Yo, let me get some fucking bacon. Shelton gonna kick me out the. You gonna kick me right out the. Like, bro, like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, this my shit. You at a matchroom.
Immediately out.
You telling
Immediately
them
out.
shit. Yo, I'm the A side. How?
There are three A sides in boxing. Inoue, Canelo, AJ. Everyone else can get bent.
Yeah, that's the other. This A-side shit is getting to the point. I think it was either Beats that said it or Bass that said it. That like, yo, you got domestic level guys that have not fought for a world title. They ain't even there yet. They already starting up with the A-side shit. Like, nah, fam. What are you crazy? You ain't never gonna get nothing acting like that. Now listen, if Queensbury is such a great platform, what the fuck do you need me for then, bro? Because I fight on the zone. What you need me for then? You want everybody watching you, bro? Ain't they all? Because you on Queensbury, you on BT. So go back over there, bro. We don't need you over here, bro. We don't need you over here.
It's the dead zone. We don't need you. Never mind that. We're about to fucking have all these fights. We getting a discount on fucking Ryan Tank. Fucking Beats over there in the UK, and Sawab get it for free. Fuck y'all.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I was Flavio, I'd have been like, yo, hold up, bro. If don't nobody watch my platform and you the A side to me, then why are you over here? I'm the B side. When you ever heard of the A side going to the B side for
never.
See, Jules, you should offer your services. Some of these fighters need a manager like Paul Heyman or Bobby the Brain Heenan to check these dumbass fighters that be saying dumb shit.
Bro, I'm gonna say that the practice that kind of messed things up, at least in the American market, it really was Heyman. I know it sounds repetitive, but it really was, because you got guys that's heads is full of bullshit. Them guys shouldn't be making no more than $200,000 to $350,000 a fight. Why? So that you want more money, right? Okay, you have to fight more.
Hey, in conjunction with the WBC, though, man.
He overpaid them. That's the problem in American boxing. He overpaid them, and everybody thought that was all grand and all wonderful, and it's turning out to be a backfire, because now we got fighters that are expecting more than what they put out, and then now we're not getting the fights that we want, because they're getting the same money for fighting bums in comparison to fighting somebody that's going to be a high quality opponent.
But Jules, yep. You have to feel sorry for these guys. I mean, $200,000 to $300,000. Only plebeian doctors make that kind of money. Just,
but you know what?
A mere $200,000.
You know what? Showtime
talking at the same time.
You know what? Showtime and the WBC are also complicit in this with Al too.
Yeah, I mean, but that's obvious. The main thing is that if you want sustainability, who got all that shit going on in the back?
Fucking picking their ass.
Ain't me.
If you want sustainability, you can't give a guy $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 to fight Joe Blow, because then what is he gonna want for a high profile fight? You ain't even gonna be able to get him in the ring. The operational cost is gonna be too high. There's so much that's wrong with how they've been doing business the last couple of years. You had a featherweight in Leo Santa Cruz that had, he not a pay-per-view attraction. He never was. And they were giving that guy $1 million. $1 million for a featherweight who's not box office. Are you insane? And that was years ago, like old fights. I ain't even talking about the recent shit. I'm like, bro, why would you pay him that? Don't you know that if you pay him that, he not going to want to fight nobody?
Didn't he get more money than?
Of course he not going to fight. Of course he not going to want to fight Gary. Look at what you paying him to fight so-and-so.
Didn't he get more money than Tank for that fight? He did, right?
Years? Why you think he ain't fought in 2 years?
He got more money than Tank did for their fight, right?
Yeah, he got a little more. He got like $500,000 more. Tyree says fighters never go back financially. Steve Kim, they don't. That's why you got to be careful. See, for me, Boots is a $350,000 fighter, maybe less, honestly. And I say that because you want to keep him at that pay scale so that he keeps wanting fights. And then you could offer him them fights like, okay, I got another one for you. Get out there 2 times a year, 3 times a year, 4 times a year. And the operational cost is not astronomical. You know what I mean? Everything is within reason. Because he is not a 7-figure fighter. I don't care what the fuck he do. He ain't a 7-figure fighter. Nowhere near, bro. You're not $1 million.
You know what I don't understand how
He
these
wants
people.
what it is too. He wants what Danny Garcia got for Rod Salka.
And them days is over.
Do you know what would have been
Understand these
perfect for him,
people.
though,
How are they
fellas?
doing business? Let me just say this. How are these people doing business? Jules, if somebody comes to you right now, yeah, Jules, okay, bro, I'm gonna clean your house, but you have to pay me, I don't know, 500-600K a month. When a regular cleaner probably costs you 1K a month. Are you gonna pay me that much?
No.
You tell me to fuck off. So
of course not.
Exactly.
But you have to remember how he got those fighters. Let me remind you, that entire stable of fighters was stolen, right? Now, why did they go along with it? Because he was willing to overpay. You see what I mean? That's how you get the ball rolling.
You know what would have been perfect for Boots, though? It would have been perfect for Boots if Fox would have stayed in the boxing business and they still had those Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon fights. That would have been perfect.
I agree, but the thing with Boots, the reason that that's a little bit too far-fetched is, for starters, Boots is literally a Showtime fighter. He's not a Fox guy at all. Like, he never fought on Fox. The deal Cameron Duncan got or whatever, they got him exclusively, whether it's on paper or not. Does he fight anywhere else? No. So I'm going to say he fights exclusively on Showtime. And, okay, Showtime, you're going to have to go up to Al and you're going to have to tell him what's what. And Stephen, what I see is Stephen don't got the balls to do that, because that should have been the case. If Al Heyman has the inside track, who is that? If Al Heyman has the inside track on welterweights and Showtime is invested in this welterweight, Al, I need one of your guys, bro. I need one of your guys. I don't care which one. I need one of your guys, because we trying to build this kid up, okay? So you get your budget from us, you understand? We don't get our budget from you. You get your budget from us. So give me one of your guys, or that guy got to hit the road. And it's as simple as that.
But see, you got to understand something, too, because you've been saying this. We've both been saying this for the last year and a half, almost 2 years, that Fox was getting out of the boxing business. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Are they gone? They're gone, right?
They're gone. They're gone. They're gone. But that means that when Cameron Duncan struck this deal with Boots, because that was only 6-7 months ago, am I correct?
No. He's
maybe a year ago that he was exclusively to Showtime.
See, I'm gonna say this.
There was no other place for him to go unless he went to the Zone or Top Rank. There was no other place for him to go, because Showtime is the only platform outside of the Zone and Top Rank.
Well,
that's the only place.
Also, if you Cameron Duncan, like I at least I understand what his rationale might have been. What are the divisions that Al Heyman has a stronghold in? Welterweight, junior middleweight. So if you're a young unbeaten fighter, right, you would want to be there. I get it. I get it. But at some point, Cameron, you need to pressure Stephen, you need to pressure Al. Like, yo, something got to give, B, because 3 of the 4 belts Al Heyman's guy has them, and I want my title shot. If I don't get a title shot, hey, give me a name. Get me something. Because if I can't get either of those 2 things, then what the fuck am I doing here?
And then remember that interview that everybody avoided talking about a couple months ago, where Cameron Duncan was like, look, there's no who's going to pay for me and for Boots and Thurman, or Boots and Spence, or Boots and Garcia. He literally said, Showtime said, who's paying for it? There's no money.
That's, man, they don't want to listen, bro.
Wait, he actually said that about his own fighter?
Yeah, I did an article on it. I mean, I did a video on the boxingscene.com article.
Well, let me ask you guys a question. Who just said that? Let me ask you a question. Who the fuck knows Boots?
Nobody.
No one.
Who the fuck in mainstream America knows Thurman?
No one.
Who the fuck knows in mainstream America? I'm talking about the people that's signing Ryan Garcia, the Gatorade contracts, and all that type of shit. Who the fuck knows Errol?
Well, I do.
No, I mean,
Nobody.
no, it's a valid question to ask. The real thing is, I'm gonna put it this way: with Boots, you got to do it. You got to do it organically, the old school way. That you got to do some haggler type shit. Like you got to beat a lot of guys up. You got to have a lot of fights because it's not gonna happen on its own. You know what I mean? So you got to literally do it the old school way. Got to go in there with a former champion that ain't never been stopped. There's two of them: Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman. Get whichever one you can and knock their ass out. Because I'm telling you, if that don't happen, he's not going nowhere, bro. He ain't gonna be no star nowhere. Period. It won't happen.
Kind of
and he didn't actually look exactly impressive in his last fight, did he?
No. Go ahead, Ray.
No, I was gonna say, but that's kind of bullshit because you were offered a shot by Crawford on a different platform where you'd have probably got way more money than you should have, free of charge, not having to worry if the pay-per-view did good or not. And you know what you said? We loyal to Showtime. So I ain't gonna cry no fucking violence.
Because they never wanted to fight, bro. All that shit, all them videos, all that shit we saw was all hype. It was all bullshit. They never wanted to fight Crawford because they thought they knew what the outcome was.
I've been go to any video I talked about, any video I did last year. I've been saying it for over a year. They don't want that fight. That's bullshit. Y'all just saying that shit because it sound good, and you know that some people is gonna lap it up. But when we look at what you doing, if you want Crawford, why are you fighting an IBF eliminators? He ain't IBF champion. The fuck are you doing? He's WBO champion, right? So you should be fighting in WBO eliminators. And if you wanted Crawford, in other words, you would have either got Alexis Rocha or Virgil Ortiz in the ring because those was the guys that was there with you. Who are you fighting? Custio Clayton, Thomas Dulorme, Karen Chukatsian. Like, bro, it's obvious. You know what I mean? And now that shit hit the fan, well, we don't hear no more about that shit, do we? That they called y'all. You admitted that yourself. I don't know what you thought that shit sounded like when you said that shit, but you literally told on yourself because Crawford didn't expose you. Black Prime didn't expose you. You exposed yourself.
I'd have kept my mouth shut.
And look at this. And look at yesterday. Stanionis comes out and said, I've been trying to fight that dude since I was 10-0. I've been trying to fight Boots Ennis since I was 10-0.
I could believe it. I'm not going to say that I don't think Boots is a good fighter because I do think he's a good fighter. But I've been saying it for over a year. They trying to use this guy to be the anti-Crawford. And it ain't going to work because you don't have the fights, bro. The only way you could show the world that you that guy is with the fights. Who are you fighting? And you ain't fighting nobody.
And I know we say it a lot on this channel, but I'm gonna say it like this: we give up to the fucking foreign fighters because they're ready to fucking go to all the smoke. We very rarely have fighters like Shakur and Devin in America. Let's keep it a buck. There's very few. Most of the guys are like Boots in America. There's very few Shakurs and Haney's.
I disagree. Because
I'm talking about at that level where I'm
telling you I disagree. You only talking about one stable. Every stable is not like that. PBC is like that. And I can't say that about Stephen Fulton. He about to do the shit. I'm saying that when we talk about that, we are talking about a subsect of boxers, specifically the PBC. The Shakur ain't like that. We know Devin ain't like that. I'm pretty sure Jared Anderson will fight motherfuckers in the UK. I'm pretty sure that if you told him, go over there and fight Daniel Dubois, I bet you he'll do it.
No, and I'm saying there's certain American fighters, but I could say that about Ryan Garcia. I could say that about Jaime Munguia. There's more fighters on this continent that are like that than fighters from other continents.
You could say that. Whoever's in traffic, just drop off, bro. We don't want to hear that shit. Oh, I'm tired of hearing traffic sounds. But it is true. You do find more prima donnas here than anywhere else. That is true. That bit of it is true. It's more prima donnas in the States than anywhere else. You got the girl on girl action with Ryan and Javante.
Wow.
I was excited from that.
Is that two girls, one cup,
bro?
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, yo.
Is anybody excited about that fight? Because I'm not exaggerating. I'm not playing. I'm not excited. Like, nah, it's not about nothing.
Honestly,
Jules, it's free in the UK.
What's that? Was honestly, it's slightly intriguing, but no.
Same.
I can't. You know why I can't get excited? It's not leading me to nothing, bro.
Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's free in the UK, yeah. Look, it's free in the UK on the Zone. I got the Zone. If I'm free, maybe I'll watch it. If I ain't got nothing to do. But if I'm fasting, bro, I'm gonna go and pray and maybe do my thing, but I ain't gonna waste my time on things because Jules, it doesn't.
What's gonna be 5 in the morning?
Let me say that the catch weight, the weight stuff, it kind of. Like, I'm not one of these guys that moans about catch weights, you understand. I don't really care because I know that they've been in the sport forever. But my thing is, because of the circumstances, it's not even intriguing because I already didn't have a very high opinion of Ryan. I already didn't have one, right? If you going to weight drain the guy, Javante Davis by knockout. That's the prediction. Because you weight draining him, though. You see what I mean? So there's nothing for me to look at that I'm like, look, I know it's not for a title, and I know that I'm not high on either of them, but it's a good question. Who's going to win the fight? When you bringing a guy down to 136, and you telling him he can't gain 10 pounds, and it's a one-way, it's like, all right, bro, so Javante going to knock him out, basically. Got it. That's the outcome. Got it. You took away all the intrigue.
Let me tell you what's going to happen. Let me tell you what's going to happen right quick. Fellas, that nobody's excited about this fight. The ticket prices have been slashed. When's the last time a super fight 2 weeks out, like, we're not selling tickets, let's just slash the ringside by half from 5,000 to 2,500? Who does that, Jules?
And the other thing is, what happened to the big social media? We ain't we a week out, bro? Like a little over a week.
Yeah, wait. Where's been the promotion for this fight? Has there been stuff on social media that I haven't seen? I'm not like a TikTok guy, so
they said that they were going to focus primarily on social media as the main method of promoting the show. I haven't seen anything out of the ordinary or any heavy push.
I haven't seen anything either.
I haven't seen the heavy push, but I have seen a lot of ads for it.
People on social media are blaming the Zone for not pushing that fight.
Let me allude to that. See, Showtime fought hard to be in control. So if you want to be a retard or something is wrong with you psychologically, because I do believe that a lot of these people that we come across on boxing Twitter, something is wrong with you psychologically, because anybody could see how hard Showtime fought to control that. So are you stupid? Why are you expecting the Zone to do the heavy lifting when Showtime is in control? If you're going to criticize somebody, criticize them. It's they fight more than it's they fight.
People really wanted the Zone to stop what they're doing and not people are legit mad that this Diaz versus Paul fight got announced and it's a global pay-per-view.
Bro, I seen some dude. I respond and I didn't. I ain't gonna violate, but I responded like, "Yo, Showtime wanted control. They the ones that's responsible to promote this show. They are the ones in control, not the Zone. So if you feel A, B, C, and D because the Zone got their own thing going on, you must be some kind of fucking idiot, I guess."
Bro, if the CEO of Showtime is complaining about ESPN not showing or talking about their fights, what the fuck are you gonna expect from these clowns?
Exactly. The same. And look, I can't put all of it on Stephen, right? Because remember, that graphic where they didn't feature Crawford, that wasn't Showtime, that was actually Fox. So I get that, but it's just that, that's your competitor. Say what you want. ESPN is your competitor. You're literally crying that your competitor doesn't talk more about your fights. How much coverage do Top Rank fighters get on Showtime then?
None.
How much coverage do Matchroom fighters and Queensbury fighters? How much coverage do they get on Showtime?
Zero.
Yeah, that's
like
pretty.
a fucking idiot.
Real quick though, like pay close attention to what happens in that Rolly Romero Alberto Puello fight, because if Rolly wins, the first thing he's going to do is call out Tank. That if Tank knocks out Ryan, that's the fight they're going to do.
I said that's the fight. I said that's the fight. That whole fight is so that Javante could go back up to 140 and fight for a title, because they don't have a lot of options at lightweight. You got Isaac Cruz rematch. You got Frank Martin, who nobody knows him. I mean, nobody know that. Bro. You got De Los Santos. Nobody know that kid, bro. Rayo just lost another fight. What they gonna do? They gonna put him in there with Chris Colbert? Nobody.
Why not?
You know that's sad, because dude is so manufactured at this point. It's ridiculous. You know.
Another day in paradise, which is why I said I'm not excited about that fight. There's nothing to be excited about.
No.
Where does it lead us to, bro? Then, yeah, exactly. The card is shit, first of all. Secondly, the main event, okay, you win. Are you going to go, up to 140? Are you going to verse the champions, bro? Bro, you will get killed. Both of you. Any of them that wins. Where the fuck are you going to go? Are you going to verse Devin Haney, Shakur? Or what? Are you going to come down or are you going to go up? What are you going to do? At 135 or at 140? First of all, choose that. Both places there will be stuck. All they're going to do is just have rematches after rematches. Simple.
Yeah, because if you imagine it, right? Let's just say Javante wins. And let's say Rolly, however he wins. All you could do at 140 after that is a Romero rematch. And if you get a belt, who's the other belt holder at the PBC? Who's another champion?
Matias.
You think Javante gonna fight him?
Fuck
hell no.
Nothing about like I could watch a Queensberry show, for example, and get a little bit excited about where it's gonna lead. Or a Sky Sports show, or a DAZN show, definitely a Top Rank show, because it's all strategic. Like, yeah, there's a path. They ain't just fighting to be fighting. There's a path. There's something going on to build something bigger. Whereas with Showtime, man, y'all just doing shit. Y'all just mixing and matching names. This shit is not about nothing, bro. Javante will beat Ryan and then what? Nothing, bro. He's not gonna fight nobody.
Jules, I have a friend there who's a big, like literally lover of Garcia, fucking Tank, whatever his name is. And only because he was a big fan of Mayweather and he used to see him on the undercard. So Mayweather is no longer there to worship. So now he's moved on to the second best thing. And I told him, I'm like, bro, why are you so excited about this fight? Where is it gonna get you? Or what's next? He goes, bro, you can't be saying this, because he was telling me that I was hyped about AJ and White. I was like, yes, I was, because at that time they were domestic level. And what did AJ do straight after when you won?
Became a champion. He fought for the belt.
That's it. I said, is Tank Davis gonna do that?
I mean, the whole thing with Javante is, okay, you know, you don't care about belts. All right, then I don't have no reason to watch you, because I'm here for sports.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for sports. And they think that, look, Ryan and Javante is probably gonna do robust numbers. Maybe. How much exactly, I don't know. But after that, what are you gonna do, bro? You're not gonna turn around and fight Rolly again and do what you just did with Ryan. Nah, nobody fuck with Rolly like that.
Ryan wins is gonna be a rematch. So
I've already said, bro, after this fight between Tank and Garcia, if Garcia wins, he's gonna do the rematch because he's contracted, he's obligated to do it. He's gonna do that, and then he's gonna retire.
Yeah.
If he loses, he's gonna retire, because I don't believe that Ryan Garcia loves boxing.
Me neither.
I believe Ryan Garcia boxes because he's good at it.
Sheldon, I agree with you 100%.
Why do you think after he got dropped by Luke Campbell, he took a year and a half off?
Yeah, like with him, all you got to really do to evaluate that comment is look at the landscape. If Ryan were to win, right? You know, he wins the fight, and let's say he wins the rematch. What's he gonna do? Well, he's gonna fight Regis Prograis.
Nope.
Fight Subriel Matias.
Nope.
No.
Come on,
he ain't even gonna go near Devin Haney for that matter. You know what I mean?
And then you could do the same thing with Javante. That okay, let's say Javante knocks out Ryan. He knocks him out. He goes to 40. He wins the belt from Rolly. If Rolly wins the belt, 2-3 steps from now, well, what's he gonna? Is he gonna fight Matias? Is he gonna fight Prograis?
No.
One Punch KO, we're not poo-pooing all over the fight, but it's whack now because he says, I feel like y'all are being really negative towards the fight for real. We asked for these guys to fight each other, and then
No.
all over.
Let me do this, please.
Nobody cared, bro. Hold on. Nobody cared if they fought each other. Nobody cared about that.
I was not asking Javante to chase Ryan. I wasn't. I was asking Javante to fight Vasyl Lomachenko. I was asking him to fight Tevin Farmer. I was asking him to fight Devin Haney and George. Even George before that, like, yo, George got the belts. Go get him. There's your chance. You can beat that
I wanted
guy.
him to fight. I wanted him to stay at 40 and fight Regis. I wanted him to fight Matias. I wanted him to fight those guys. Nobody was wanting him to fight Ryan Garcia except Ryan Garcia, bro.
Exactly. Like, that's the other shit. Ryan is this fight's biggest fan, not me. Ryan is more excited about this fight.
And Ryan's dumbass went and signed up for the rehydration clause and all the rest
how
of
he
that
turned
stuff.
down the $8 million for Tevin Farmer is just beyond me. Like, I
wasn't asking like I wasn't a super fight is something that people asking for, and I just know that. Look, I wasn't asking for this, and I literally said this 3 years ago. Yo, Javante will fight Ryan before he fight any of them other guys. He not gonna fight none of them other guys, but he'll fight Ryan though. It's a path of least resistance. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that Ryan is something that he not. I think he has ability, but you didn't prove a lot at lightweight, and you proved even less at super lightweight. So what about this as a super fight? What's the super part?
Neither one of these guys have done shit. Neither one of these guys got a belt. Neither one of these guys, they're not even fighting at the lightweight limit. So this fight is two contenders fighting each other. This fight should be on Saturday afternoon at 2:00 in between football.
The fight is not about nothing, bro.
Guys, forget though. It's for all the marbles, according to Ben Canobio, Joe Goosens, I believe.
What marbles?
Brian
marbles that he lost, saying that this is for the marbles.
What fucking marble? What are you talking about? What's fucking marble?
Hey,
bro?
Hey, man. It's all the marbles, apparently.
Like, this is not even like this shit is like, you know what this shit feel like? It feel like they trying to cook up a beef just because they say shit to each other on social media. You know what I mean? That they trying to make it like, oh, it's this deep grudge match. Bitch, Ryan ain't even been around that long for it to be that deep. Like, this whole shit is fake. Yeah, it's fake,
it's the social media fight of the decade. That's what it is.
Bro, Loma and Garcia is a grudge match. Loma and Tank and Haney is more of a grudge match. Haney and Shakur is a grudge match. What the fuck is Ryan? I mean, he's never chased him anyways.
Like that's
let me go back to this, Jules, right quick. Let me go back to this. I don't know what you guys think is going to happen in this Rolly Puello fight, but Alberto Puello's about to beat the shit out of him.
I hope
Dude,
so.
if Rolly wins, I'm gonna laugh. If Rolly wins, I'm gonna die.
But Shelton, if that fight goes the distance, you really think they won't rob him?
No. The other thing is, I'm going to say this, and yeah, I am going to go this far. I am. Y'all think that's a real fight? Y'all think that's a real fight?
What do you mean, like?
I don't even think Rolly's a real boxer, so no.
I'm telling
Rolly does not have the skill to fight Puello. Puello's going to beat him.
I'm telling you that y'all think that's a real fight?
No.
For real?
No.
Because a part of me feels that's not a real fight. Puello would throw it. It's not a real fight.
I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that one, bro.
Whoa, you think so?
Bro, I'm just
looking. I'm just say that, bro.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Thank you, Juggernaut. That's what I mean. That like, yo, push come to shove. Remember, Puello is not worth no money.
No, he's not
worth no money, bro.
No one knows who he is either.
Nobody know that man. He got a belt. Nobody know that man. So I'm like, yo, if they told Puello, yo, look, B, we got 100,000, 250,000 extra for you to throw that shit, I think he'll throw that shit. And I'm not joking. I'm not playing. If Rolly don't get his ass whooped, I'm just gonna assume, yeah, this fight is fixed because that kid sucks,
Look,
and that kid all of a sudden.
I don't know.
I'm just giving Puello the benefit of the doubt that he's a competitor and he respects the boxing. He really loves boxing, and he's not going to allow himself to lose to this guy. This guy.
Yeah, nothing to do
Now I gotta watch that shit. Now I gotta watch that shit.
He's not going to lose to the dude with the boxing glove on the stick, you know?
Like I said, push come to shove, it's something about they fights that is weird. Like the Ugas Spence fight, that's weird, bro. That shit was weird. Like it looked weird. The Hector Garcia versus Javante Davis stoppage, that shit was weird. Like bro, you just gonna stop fighting because your eye hurt? And I'm not trying to be that guy. I'm not trying.
The man said he couldn't see, Jules.
Bro, I'm telling you, I trust my who's screaming. I trust my gut, and my gut tells me, yo, something was not right in both of them fights. We going really put Javante in a fight ahead of the Ryan Garcia fight? Hell no. That's stopping.
I told you. You know, Spence and Ugas fight, bro. I literally in the fight, I was telling you, we were on live, we were watching it along. We're like, bro, this is a fixed fight because Ugas was not doing shit. The guy was there for him. You just get in the middle of the ring and become a punching bag. That's what put his hands with the high guard up, and that's to become a punching bag for him. He landed one punch on him, and he went on the ropes.
And then stopped fighting.
I'm gonna say this. Think about the circumstances, right? Rolly's coming off a knockout loss. Now he's moving up in weight. He's fighting an unbeaten up-and-comer that, at least to the eye, pretty good boxer. Decent enough that he should win the fight. If anything other than Rolly losing happens, yes, I'm going to assume y'all fixed the fight. Mm-hmm. This dude sucks. I've seen him. I'm not joking. I'm not being funny. I'm dead ass. That kid sucks, bro. I seen him rob Marinez 3 fights ago, 3 fights ago. That kid sucks. So if you're trying to convince me, oh yeah, now you're gonna go to 40, and all of a sudden he for real, like, nah, I don't believe that shit. I would sooner believe.
And he has a corner that sucks. Don't forget that he has a corner that sucks.
That's what I'm telling. Like, nah, like y'all, if y'all put a belt in his hand, it's so that Javante has someone to fight after Ryan.
Yes.
Because you're running out of people. You are running out of people. Yeah, you could do an Isaac Cruz rematch, but who want to see that though? Who want to see that? You will literally go back to doing the same numbers you did before. It just so happens that, at least according to Stefan Espinoza, the Romero fight was Javante's biggest fight. So maybe they want to do a second one.
Ironically, it's funny because the Isaac Cruz, that actually was a good fight, the first one.
Yeah, I think he would. That would be like the only person he could fight again would be Cruz. He would probably be open to fight.
Why?
But I mean, I don't want to see it again. The first fight was competitive, was good, but I don't want to see it again, though. I don't want to see
Isaac Cruz is famous for losing.
Yes,
he is.
Who the fuck wants to see that?
Bro, man.
Wait, hold on. Can I say something controversial real quick?
Tell me this. You said it was a good fight.
It was.
I want you to go to BoxRec and tell me where the good fight column is.
For real.
There is no good fight column. What are you talking about?
Where is the I came close column, or I really, really almost had him column? Where's that?
You got to tell me
He fucking lost.
They still won, but I'm just saying I did enjoy it.
He fucking lost.
I know he lost.
We still enjoyed watching that fight, though, even though he lost.
Yeah, but the shit is that look. I'm not about to give you $80, right?
Yeah, not for that.
I could watch a good fight on Top Rank that don't cost $80. For it to cost that, there has to be something, which is why I've been wrestling with the idea of even buying this shit, because I keep thinking, yo, are you really about to pay for a fight that you're not excited about? And what brings me back is, well, I could go live, make some money while I watch the fight, but I'm like, but I don't really care about that fight. Don't care. Like,
well, you could do a late night boxing talks with like the additional just the fight. Maybe we turn it on, or
I guess that I could be live while I watch it. Like, of course. But it's just the idea that, like, yo, you really about to pay for some shit you don't give a like. I don't give a fuck about that fight. Like, I'm buying Lomachenko, Haney. It's a lot of shit I'm gonna buy, and I'm looking at that and I'm like, yo, I don't care what happens.
I mean, maybe if they put Boots and Williams Zepeda on the undercard like they said they would, but they lied.
Oh, Boots just came out today and said he's no longer an undercard fighter, so he won't be on anybody's undercard.
No,
so
you're
that's
right.
not-
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, if he was, I probably would have bought
Be
it.
kidding me.
If he was, I mean, him and Williams Zepeda, but they lied. So
Now, let me switch reels and ask you guys this question. Is anybody excited, like I'm excited, about this Joe Joyce Big Bang Zhang fight?
Oh yeah.
Somebody get hurt. Somebody getting hurt. Somebody get hurt.
Somebody
Yeah,
get
like-
knocked out, man. A guaranteed trip to the hospital.
Yeah, like that's. But you see, you kind of facilitating the point with that fight. Here we got a great fight. Two big heavyweights. Somebody's gonna get knocked out. We actually have a solid co-main event. The co-main event is good. Yeah, Mayer versus Leonardo too. That's gonna be good. They gonna fight. And
That's gonna be a good fight. That's gonna be a good fight.
And you're not paying $80 for that. So
Nope.
when I look at this and I'm like, yo, y'all got Rosado versus who again? Gabe Rosado? I gotta pay
Dude, how are you guys watching in the UK?
I don't know that fight wanted a rematch, or we wanted to see.
How are you guys watching that fight in the UK? Is it on ESPN or what?
Sky Sports.
No, it's
Sky Sports.
It's Sky Sports in the U. No, it's Queensbury in the UK.
No, it's BT Sports.
Queensbury in the UK, ESPN Plus here. And I'm like, yo, we getting that on the plus, no $80, but I'm supposed to turn around and give y'all 80, well, not 85, 60. Like, you bugging, like, nah, fam. I'm really contemplating not buying that shit.
Yeah, because
Dude,
Michaela's
BT
gonna
Sports
be
have your-
Not buying what?
tell
Not buying
you
what,
what.
Jules? What are you talking about?
Garcia versus Davis.
You have to
Oh, I'm
buy
not
that
buying
shit.
that.
I'll
I'm
tell
not
you
buying
what.
that. Nobody cares about that fight. I'm not buying
No.
that shit.
You have to buy that because it's $85. It has a solid undercard, and the fans are winning, baby.
Oh, get out of here with that, man. Go take another drink.
The fans are constantly winning in boxing.
You know
Well, I
what
got
I'm
some
watching?
inside intel I gotta read. Y'all carry the conversation. I'll be right back.
For sure. I'm eager to see Michaela's fight with Christina because she's gonna win, and when she does, all she's gonna do is rub it in Alicia's face like the petty crybaby she is.
Yeah, she gonna do that. She gonna do that if she beats her.
Hey,
If she
I'm
beats
there
her.
for that petty shit. I'm there for that. Petty
If
shit,
she
bro.
beats her.
Yeah. No.
You know what? I do like the rivalry though. It's mad.
I do. That's why I'm looking forward to that.
They be
That's cool.
talking
So, you
shit,
know.
man. They be talking mad shit.
Woo!
Oh, I got a question for everybody.
Yep.
Are you guys with me in that you think Morel's going to beat Benavidez? Because I'm actually kind of high on Morel. I know he hasn't had a lot of fights.
You
No.
know what? He's got
Not
a
yet.
shot.
Not
He's
yet.
still very
No.
green.
No.
That's why David needs. That's why Benavidez needs to fight him now.
He needs a
So-
couple more fights. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I mean, he's pretty. He's impressive to a point, but he's still very green. So
Has he even
That
gone
shit
to
you
the-
did against that last guy that you put in the coma, that guy, that's
Yeah.
not gonna work against David Benavidez.
No.
no.
Maybe if he fought like a Gongor or
middleweight
something.
division.
I would
I'd be
say
for
yeah.
that. I'd be down for that.
Say what now?
Lads, I have
If
something to
David
say.
Morel
So
fought
basically,
Gongor, I would say yeah. Then I'd be
yeah,
comfortable
you know,
with him fighting.
Bevo is asking for the Canelo's belts. He wants to
You
come
know,
down to
At
168.
168, yeah, he wants to take the
You
belt
know
too
what?
down
I
there.
was listening to another channel, and they were trying to say that Bivol was afraid of getting knocked out by Canelo at 175 was the
Oh,
reason
fuck
why
that.
he was asking for 168.
No,
And I'm like,
the
oh,
reason
no
is, let me
way,
give you the
man.
I mean, the
Let me
people who
give you
said
the
that,
reason,
the
bro.
people who said
Let
that
me
must
give
have
you
a
the
crystal
reason.
meth habit.
I already
no,
beat
this
you
guy
at
is actually
175.
regarded. The guy who said
I
it
already
is
beat
actually
you at
regarded.
175 for my belt.
Guys, one
I've
by
already beat
one,
you
man.
for that.
One by one.
And now he's
I've already
afraid.
beat you for
And
that.
now he's afraid to
I
go
don't
back
need
up
to
and
do
do it
that
again.
again.
No,
Wait,
If I
but
beat
the
you
guy-
again, I want all your belts. So I'm gonna come
The guy-
to your weight
Dude,
class.
The
Exactly.
So there are no
channel-
excuses.
the guy's
I'll
channel
come to
who
your
said it-
weight class and I'll beat you for all your belts.
but-
so we can be done with this.
Check it out. Check it out real quick. The guy's channel who said it is really a highly regarded channel by a lot of people too. That's why I was kind of shocked when he said it. I'm not going to mention his name, but
Let's punch him.
I was just
Type
I
it in
was
the chat.
surprised.
Put it in the chat.
Mention his name.
Okay.
It
I'll
makes
put
it,
Name them names. Name them
Why,
names.
I mean, you're not a content creator.
but tell me, doesn't it make perfect sense? I've already beat you for my belt. I've already
No,
beat you for my belt.
Sheldon,
And I
this
beat
is-
you easy. And I beat you easy.
Hey, I'm not a content
So,
creator yet.
I'm
I
going to
will be.
come down to 68 and take your belts.
That's why
So
I said
now
shit just got real.
we're
Balls in
done with
Canelo's
this
court. You
shit.
gonna take that or not? You gonna take it or not?
I mean, that's what will get me excited about that rematch because I
I
already
guess
know
that's
he'll win
yeah,
175.
that's a better option. I guess it's a better option than
Hey, I put the name
what's
in
it
the
going
chat,
at
man.
175 because Canelo doesn't have any, I say, benefits or there's nothing on his side. If he stays down low and he weight strains Bevo, or Bevo weight trains himself and comes down to 168, you know what I mean? And put like a rehydration clause. You can't be
But
above
here's
like
the thing with
180
that, though.
during the fight.
Here's the thing with that, though. We're forgetting what makes Bivol scary. It's not just the boxing skill and all of that. It's that he's a super middleweight doing that to light heavyweights. 168 is
Exactly.
closer to his true weight class than
Because
175.
he's not big. He's not big for light heavy. Honestly, he's not. So
He's barely big for 168. Caleb Plant's bigger than he is.
As I told you guys a year ago when the fight first got signed, there is no version of Alvarez that can beat this guy. No
you did say
version.
that.
Nah,
You did say
right.
that. You did
He's
say
a
that.
better boxer. He's a way better boxer.
I agree.
I mean, honestly, like if he fight, if this goes, it could be worse for Canelo the second time. He might get stopped.
There's only one guy around Bivol's weight class who can beat him, and that's Better Beef. And he better do it quickly.
Yep.
Why
Motherfucker's
you
about to be
think he's
39,
trying
bro.
to
I
do?
mean, dude, this
Why do you think Bivol's trying to do everything but fight Beterbiev?
Oh, don't start
Don't
that,
do
bro.
that,
No, we
Don't
can't do
start
that.
that,
I mean, like honestly, is
See, I had
Beterbiev
to come
pushing
back.
for the
I
fight?
one at a time, fellas. I had to come back for that because you know what I see? I see that you got all these different months to get Mauricio to stand down for undisputed. It's not Bivol job to get your mandatory to step aside. And you got plenty of time to do that. You got mad time to petition the WBC for an exemption to the mandatory, pay Callum a little bit of money, like, look, hold this and wait so that when we do fight, it's for undisputed. Top Rank ain't doing it. Better Beef ain't doing it. Better Beef team ain't doing it. So I'm not gonna put shit on Better Beef, on Bivol. I put all of that on Better Beef. That you talking, but you don't want that fight. I didn't forget when Bivol got the matchroom, you were already there. Wasn't until he got there that you left.
That's true. That is true. But I will say this though. I will ask you this. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna ask you this. Do you think that's Better Beef, or do you think that's Aram because he has an issue with Hearn?
I'm gonna say that before Aram even came into it, when Bivol got the matchroom, you were already there, and for some reason, which I don't understand, you left. Wow.
He did an exit.
That is true. That is true.
Why? And here and now, it's simple. It's not complicated. It's much more simple than people make it out to be. Who's got the mandatory? Better Beef. Who needs the exemption? Better Beef.
Better
Who
Beef.
needs the petition for the exemption? Better Beef.
Better
Is
Beef.
that what Better Beef's doing? No.
No.
Exactly. So Sheldon, why did you say?
Sheldon, could I ask you something? Sheldon?
Yeah.
Who do you think wins, Bivol or Beterbiev in that fight? Who you got?
I don't believe, from what I've seen, I don't believe Bivol has enough pop to keep Beterbiev off of him. The only way I see anybody at 175 beating Beterbiev is you have to be able to keep the guy off you. If you cannot, he's going to walk you down and he's going to knock you out.
Yeah, I agree.
So Benavidez, but for real.
I'm going to tell you what. Now I'm going to tell you what, Shelton. I'm going to tell you what. You can feel that way, and that's cool. You can feel that way, but somebody in Better Beef team don't feel that way, because if they did,
we know you got Bivol, Jules. We know you got him.
That's true though. That he's telling the truth. Jules ain't lying. He's telling the truth. Somebody don't feel that way. That's the way I feel.
That's
Somebody don't feel that way.
Because I want Artur to be as big and bad a monster as they say he is. But I'm thinking, how could it be your plan to keep fighting mandatories? How could that? You're 38. How could this be the plan? You gonna fight Smith, then what? You gonna go fight Michael Eifert
Oh,
when you're
God.
38?
Jules, no. I'm scared for him, Jules. You know Callum Smith, bro. Don't sleep on him at 175, bro.
And
I'm scared for
That's so
Batavia.
what? So what? If
And I,
Callum
and
Smith
I
wins,
feel, and one at a time, fellas, it's like 10 people trying to talk at the same time. I feel like I already had this conversation with Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. It feel like it's the same shit. They look at Manny's firepower. They look at his strength. Like, nah, Floyd, and I said it then. Like, nah, Floyd is going to take him easy, man. Going to take him easy. It's going to be an easy fight. That's how I feel about this. They're like, yo, dog, you need legs. You need legs to stay on B-Ball. And I cannot trust the legs of a 38-year-old that had knee surgery 2 fights ago. I can't.
That's true. But the thing about the Smith fight is this: I just don't think Callum has enough movement to affect
yeah,
this
I'm
guy.
with you when it comes to Smith.
Callum is a
out.
statue. He's gonna stand right in front of this guy and trade bombs. And for me, from what I've seen, I don't know what you guys have seen. Trading bombs with Beterbiev
that's
is
suicide.
not gonna work for you.
good idea.
I agree, but I'm saying is his age, bro. His age. That's the problem. And
But
when is
have
he
you
fighting?
seen him slow down against any of these guys?
Yeah, I haven't
Because you
seen
saw him flip a switch against Sir Marcus Brown. You saw him flip another switch against this last guy. Who was this last guy he
Bro,
just bombed out of there?
I got Batavia.
You know what,
Bro,
Brett?
when it comes to
I don't know.
Smith, it's a much simpler conversation. And I know that some people don't think it's valid. Look, it's fucking valid. He gave Canelo respect. He gave John Ryder respect. He's not gonna give Better Beef respect. Like, come on, dog. Like, what? Come on now. That's common sense, bro. He not gonna want to. All he has, honestly, is a puncher's chance. That's what I give him, a puncher's chance.
And you know, Better Beef has been down before. I think like two times.
Just once.
But what happened once he got up?
2 times. No, it's 2 times.
Oh,
Jeff
and that's right.
Page,
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Jeff
My
Page.
bad. Jeff Page and
And that's
But what
Calvin
happened?
Johnson. Yeah.
But what happened when he got up?
exactly. Exactly. See,
But it's
I'll put it this way. I think Callum could hurt him. I even think Callum, if he can land, I think Callum can knock him out. The problem is, I think Callum gonna feel that power and say, "Fuck that."
Jules, I agree with you. You know, to that bit, what I'm saying, I agree with you in that bit, and I picked Batavia winning. But what I'm saying, it could take a lot out of him because if they stand there and trade, you know what I mean? Both of Callum Smith and both of Batavia, if they're landing on each other.
Callum's punches are not shorter than Artur. Artur don't need no room at all to knock a motherfucker. Look at how short his punches are, bro.
The inside favors Artur. He's best on the inside.
Trying to tell you,
If
man.
Callum stands in front of him and trades bombs with him, Callum is toast.
Callum
Now,
is
But you, one thing I agree with everybody saying, but Sheldon, you're assuming that an injury-prone old fighter is always going to be able to flip that switch, and the longer Artur waits for that elite fighter at 75, the worse it's going to be for him.
Well, all I'm saying is this.
And on his schedule, he's going to fight what? He fought Yard. When are we going to see him again?
Put it another way.
Soon.
Put
In
it
like
another-
June, I think.
No,
June
put
or
it
July.
another way. Put it another way. Look, Top Rank was willing to work with PBC to make the Fury versus Wilder fight, right? And Top Rank was willing to work with the PBC to do Spence and Crawford. They never got to do it, but they did say they were willing to do it. And what I see is, okay, here you got a unified champion that is not a big draw. He's not a big draw anywhere on this planet. I'm sorry, but he's not. He's in his late 30s, you know.
Maybe in Russia?
I mean, he ain't Julio Iglesias over there, no shit like that. If he was, he'd be over there. Think about it. If he was that big a draw in Russia, then why the
He'd be
fuck
fighting
would he
in
be
Russia.
here?
It's like Inoue. Inoue's a big draw in Japan. so where's he fighting?
Second of all, Jules, what else? But nobody talks about when Sheldon picked his boy Zerto. Top Rank was wishing Zerto won because they would have made that unification fight for Undisputed. If it was Zerto,
Yeah, like a lot of this shit with Better Beef. It's like the only logical. Who is at who had a house party?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I was wondering what
No,
that
who
sound
was
was, bro. It's
The
like someone's
only
listening to it in the background.
the only logical explanation for why we haven't gotten this fight yet, because remember, Dimitri Bivol all of a sudden became valuable to Matchroom after he beat Canelo. Before that, I'm pretty sure if Top Rank has some money for him, they would have sent him over there. Don't forget that it was Matchroom that said, okay, y'all don't want to send us Charlo, we'll send you Andre. Don't forget, it was Matchroom that sent Felix Cash. It was Matchroom that sent John Ryder over to Queensbury. It was Matchroom that sent Alicia Baumgartner over to Boxer. Matchroom don't got no problem sending a fighter out. So if Top Rank really wanted to do that fight, we would have fucking got it. The answer to why we don't have that fight is because Top Rank don't want to do it. Artur, and I'm
I can accept that. I can accept that. I can accept it.
We got so many examples of Matchroom sending out fighters that you know what they do fuck with them though. Felix Cash was an unbeaten fighter, but they still sent him to Queensbury. They didn't have to. They sent them though. They sent John Ryder.
Who are the common denominators? Oh, bro, what's going on, man? You can see Top Rank, bro. They're not letting the heavyweight undisputed fight is not happening. The 175 is not happening. You know what I mean? And with the PBC 175 ain't happening. But all these undisputed fights are not happening, bro. This generation of boxers, I don't understand.
Yeah, like it's not the thing with Bivol and Better Beef. It's not hard to figure out. It's just I see it's either because I get into these discussions a lot in the comments. Whenever I do a video about it, there will be at least one person who wants to put the blame on Bivol, and I'm like, bro, I don't understand how your mind works. Bivol is not the one with a mandatory. Artur has a mandatory. If you want to skip him, you got to go to the WBC with that. Are you trying to skip Callum Smith? No, you trying to fight him. Top Rank wants to do it in Montreal. Matchroom wants to do it in Liverpool. But what I don't see, what I haven't read yet, is step aside money. I haven't read that yet. So I guess y'all just don't want to fight Bivol then. That's what I see. You want to keep fighting mandatories.
The only thing I can assume is that they're assuming Bivol's getting the Canelo rematch, so why would he fight Better Beef?
But all right, let's put it another way. The Canelo rematch is not till September. Bivol has nobody to fight for June or July. What is the problem? What's the problem? Canelo ain't about to fight. Canelo ain't about to fight Bivol right now. He about to fight John Ryder right now. So if you want him, go get him.
Now, here's a question. Here's a two-part question. Number one, which fight is bigger? The undisputed fight or a rematch with Alvarez?
We know which one is bigger, but I'm gonna tell you what Bivol told Steve Kim. I want belts. That's what he told Steve Kim on camera.
Well,
that's what
wait. Go ahead.
That's what Kornilov just said, that he's not interested in Canelo. If he gotta fight Canelo again, it gotta be for undisputed. He's saying the same all these months since that first fight. It's been the same shit. Like, he ain't really sized to fight Canelo again. He won't undisputed.
And that was my second part of my question. So if he does fight Canelo again, he's already stated that I will only fight him again if it's at 168 for all the belts. Do you think that maybe they will wait till September to give him a chance to come down properly to 68 to fight this guy?
I think that this might be what causes that fight to collapse. That's what I think. I think that sticking point, it might cause the fight to fall apart.
Oh shit! When they get caught, I picked the small one.
And I hope that happens. I hope this fight falls apart, bro.
So do I. Because I don't want
Bro, I hope it
I'm trying to
happens.
see that
I want
again.
Canelo to get in there with Benavidez
Thank
and knock the fucking goddamn everything out of him, bro, and just send him
We don't
6
know,
feet
but
down.
see, here's the thing. The Alvarez we have now, coming off of knee surgery, wrist surgery, and shoulder surgery. Can this Alvarez at 33
Sheldon,
beat
let me tell
We'll
you
find out.
this.
John Ryder
Cut
fight. John
out,
Ryder will tell us.
wait. Sheldon, cut Canelo's both hands off. He still beats Benavidez.
I don't think so. I doubt that.
Where are you getting this assessment of David that he's even competed with anybody half the ability of Canelo to even assert this? There's no
KD
here's the
evidence.
thing.
Right? There's no
Here's
evidence
the
of
thing.
David. Wait. There's no evidence of fight footage where you can assess this level of skill that David could compete with Canelo.
Well, here's the thing. I've seen Canelo in his last 2 fights. He ain't look like the guy we saw 2-3 years ago. Because in that fucking Triple G fight, I don't know what I was looking at. And in the
Sheldon,
Bevo fight,
I'll tell
he
you.
was
That's what I'm telling you.
Sheldon,
Both of his
he
guys,
was
he
totally
still beat him.
outclassed in the Bevo fight.
Sheldon, let me bring this up real quick though. You got to remember, man, he's been on a schedule that no other fighter has been on. The guy's probably burnt out, so it's probably part of the reason why he doesn't look. I mean, aside from time, it's probably why he doesn't look as like he used to. Is because I mean, nobody else has this kind of schedule, man.
Two things to that statement. Two things to that statement. Let me take 2 things out for that statement. Number one, whose fucking fault is that? Number one. And number 2,
it ain't nobody's
this
fault.
This guy has been fighting since he was 15 years old, professionally. This guy got 63 fights. That's a lot of fights. That's a lot of wear and tear.
To the first thing you said, the third fight with Triple G.
Guy.
He could not be the same guy, but the last fight with Triple G was a trilogy. The guy had already done 24 rounds. The guy knows him. So that's that right there. Of course, you're not gonna. When does he ever look great against Triple G? The next fight with Bivol, he got outclassed. He got outclassed by a guy that you said Zerda was gonna beat easily.
Now I'm gonna say this, and whoever got that goddamn Aldi mic, man, you need to do something about that shit because I'm sick of hearing that rec room music. Now I'm gonna say this. I cannot look at how Canelo looked with Bivol and relate that to Benavidez. Benavidez does all the things that Bivol don't do. Bivol does all the things that Benavidez don't do. It's a completely different fight. What made Bivol so tricky, he in and out, in and out, in and out. You can't fucking pin him down. You can't catch him. That's not that big doofy robot. He gonna give up his height. I'm telling you, this is him. Coming to Caleb Plant. This is him.
Didn't Caleb outclass him for like 5 rounds?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But one at a time, fellas. One at a time. A Bivol fight don't have nothing to do with a Benavidez fight. Even a Golovkin fight, I don't care if he was 40. That don't got nothing to do with a Benavidez fight. Benavidez is basic. How do I know you basic? You have a fighter who is fucking exhausted. You couldn't even knock him down, much less knock him out. The ref, fuck the ref. You can't stop you.
I get all of that. I get all of that. All I'm saying is,
David Benavidez don't even have a fucking jab like Triple G.
All I'm saying is, so what? All I'm saying is, this ain't the same guy. I want to see what he looks like against Ryder, but this ain't the same guy. There is no version. Hold on. There is no version of this guy that's gonna beat Bivol at 68.
That's
75, 95. None of
Bivol. That is Bivol.
I don't know.
I'm not talking about Bivol. I'm talking about that big robot.
And I'm telling you, I know what you're talking about. And I'm telling you, I don't know if this guy that we got now in 2023 can beat that big robot.
And I don't know, but we do.
Look, he's look, you entitled to that. I concede that if you feel like you can't trust him, that's cool. I'm saying I do agree. We got to see how he look with Ryder because Ryder bears some of the same characteristics. He's a mid-range to inside guy. He's a pressure guy, not an outside guy. He's not going to stay on the perimeter of the ring playing keep away all night. We'll get a good idea of what he got because this is a fight with a fighter whose style favors Canelo the same way Benavidez style favors Canelo. The only real difference is that Benavidez is taller, that he's a bigger kid, but it's the same situation, pressure fighter. And I think Canelo gonna knock out John Ryder. And if he fight Benavidez, while I don't know if he'll knock him out, I know he'll make him look stupid. That I
Dude,
know. Because I saw
people,
one at a time, fellas. There's 10 people up here. I seen a Canelo that was exhausted with B-ball, that was still slipping, rolling, riding, getting under and around punches. He was losing, but he wasn't getting hit clean like that. And that's when he was tired. With Benavidez, oh, that's a cakewalk. That dude is nothing. That dude,
I have always said, let me just say this. I have always said, put that same Triple G, the third fight he had with Bivol, put that Triple G with Benavidez. Triple G will smoke Benavidez. Because Benavidez has not fought that caliber. I can put anything on that. I'll put money on that.
Look,
we can all say our opinions, but these are the facts. If David Benavidez and his team felt the way you felt, Sheldon, they'd send him over to the zone, and they won't.
no, not even that. I'm not even gonna get into hypotheticals. He just had an acid test and he failed. I'm sorry. He just had an acid test and he fucking failed. All right, you had a fighter who was exhausted. He's literally exhausted. And you know what? It was everything I thought it would be, minus the knockout. I at least thought you're good enough. I at least thought that you were good enough to stop a guy who's tired. Apparently, you're not. You couldn't even knock him down, bro. What happened, bro?
Oh, no, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go right ahead.
You got a guy who's tired. Canelo is smaller than you are. Don't got your wingspan. Don't got your strides. And he knocked the guy out. Why you couldn't do that? You supposed to be a monster, ain't you?
The worst part, Jules, the worst part is that I don't think Plant was tired because Benavidez was hitting him. I think he was tired because the same reason Plant always gets tired. He ran himself out.
Yo, I literally said that the day before the fight that you know what's gonna happen? He's gonna go out there, he's gonna do all right in the beginning, and he's gonna wear himself out because he don't have the engine to fight that way. The more punches you throw, the faster you gonna get tired.
Jules, what would have happened if Caleb Plant didn't get tired? What would have happened?
Bro, you know what happened? He would have won on points. He would have won on points. It wasn't till he got tired that David got in the fight. Wasn't until he got tired.
Mirage is hemorrhaging in the chat.
But he's gonna look. You could keep making excuses for that dude. What I know for a fact is you were super confident that he was gonna destroy Caleb worse than Canelo, and none of the shit you said happened, Mirage. None of it. Go back and listen to the shit. Go back and listen to the shit he was saying. Oh, he's going to beat him worse than Canelo. He's going to be a bloody Pope. He said a lot of shit that didn't happen.
Yep.
And all I know, like what I've said from day one, it's going to be Canelo Chavez Jr. 2.0. That's it. And by the time they do fight, David will be weight trained by the time they fight because David is not going to be making 168 easy come next year.
I don't even think David has. My honest opinion is I don't think David has Chavez Jr.'s chin. I know Chavez Jr. is an idiot, and I get that, but
Again, Canelo hit his ass with everything but the kitchen sink in that fight.
He did inherit his father's chin.
You know what I'm saying?
Mirage, shut up with Caleb. That was the best Caleb Plant ever. What are you talking about?
Bro, I'm going to go with what Michael said because what Michael said, at this point, I'm like, yo, you trolling. You got to be because as a boxing fan, you have to be disappointed that for all the stuff you told us he was going to do, he didn't do none of that shit. He couldn't make Caleb hit the deck once. Not once. A stumpy 5'7" redhead could do that. But the big bad Mexican monster, he's holding me.
Dude, imagine Benavidez with Bivol. Imagine Benavidez with Bivol. Imagine him with Beterbiev. What would they do to this guy?
I didn't want to know.
All I heard on Sunday morning was, "Can we please stop?" Like, bro, let me tell you something. Kenny Bayless is not the one that's tying you up. You know who's tying you up? Caleb Plant. Kenny is not holding your arms together. Caleb Plant is holding your arms together.
And he's looking
Use
at
I mean, that's funny.
somebody.
I would have thought
He
that an unbeaten champion who's undefeated was the best version of Caleb. But what do I know? I mean,
Bruh, at this point, I'm with Michael. I'm convinced that he just trolling because I'm like, bro, I wouldn't even root for.
It fucking took you long enough, goddamn it.
I'm trying to tell you because I'm like, bro, ain't no way you gonna keep hyping up this hype job to me, bro. He let you down. He didn't let me down because I wasn't high on him. He
But-
let you down.
Jules, it's to the point where, like, if David goes and gets swept in his next fight, Mirage will still be making excuses for it, literally. You know what I mean?
Well, he could do that, and he could make them excuses to somebody that's gonna listen. Because I'm not. I'm like, bro, it's simple. This dude was literally tired for 5 rounds, and you couldn't even drop him. That's to me, honestly, let me put it to you another way. If Caleb Plant were as tired as he was with David Benavidez with David Morrell would have put him in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
If
And
Caleb Plant, let me finish.
Go ahead,
If
sorry.
Caleb Plant were as tired with Gongora, with Mabili, if he was as tired with those fighters as he was with David Benavidez, bro, he gets knocked out. So don't sit here and tell me these tall tales about this hype job, bro. That dude is a hype job, bro. A robot.
Caleb Plant would not last more than 2 rounds with Bevo. He would not last 2 rounds with Batebiev. Please, let it
He
be.
was holding on to Benavidez and trying to do a waltz, man. and
Like,
Benavidez
bro,
was like, I can't
He
get
was
him out of
holding
the
on to
clinch.
one arm. Benavidez had an arm free to punch him while in the clinch, and he still couldn't knock him out.
like, bro, it's like if you're not being billed as a cerebral boxer, you're not being billed as a pure boxer. You're literally being billed as a monster. I didn't see a monster. I
Me
didn't.
either. No,
I
I
saw.
didn't.
And what do you rank him as a pressure fighter? Is
Yeah,
it fair to say he's a
C
C plus?
It's
Exactly.
like a-
And even now, as let's say Canelo, give him a B plus level fighter. There's no way he beats him, even if he's declined.
the thing is, it's literally what we talk about, that Canelo could go in there with the same guy as somebody else, do a better job, and they still won't give him credit for that, and they'll still be high on the other guy. Okay, then, with respect, that has to be the stupidest shit I've ever seen. Not only did that's the stupidest shit that I've ever seen in my life. Canelo fought this guy when he never been knocked out, when he ain't never been beat, and he knocks him out and he beats him. David goes in there over a year later with the same guy and don't do that.
Mirage is saying,
that version is the best Caleb Plant ever.
wait, Mirage is saying, it goes, Canelo didn't drop 30 of his opponents, but guess who he dropped?
He dropped
Not
Caleb.
Caleb.
We ain't talking about 30 other people. We talking about Caleb. The same
I tell you
Caleb.
what, though, this guy's a monster, but he wouldn't get up from a Darnell Boone shot at 68. I'll tell you that much. If Ronald Gavril dropped him,
I don't even got it. You getting dropped by Gavril, so I know Darnell would drop him. Because you getting dropped by Ronald Gavril's. So I know Darnell would drop this guy. My thing is, at some point, you need an audience for the shit you saying. And I'm not going to keep entertaining this dumb shit. That dude is a hype job. It's simple. Like, at some point, what you want is an audience to listen to the shit you saying. I'm not listening to that shit, bro. I know what I saw. You went in there with the same Caleb that Canelo dropped, that Canelo stopped, and you couldn't do it. Simple. You couldn't do it. I don't need to know what his pH levels was that day. I don't need to know. I don't need to know what
you got problems, Jules. You got issues.
I'm just said that he, you know what he wanted. Oh, it was a big. I don't need to know all that shit, bro. I don't need to know what his pH levels was. I don't need to know what his heart rate. I don't need to know what he had for breakfast. All I need to know is you went in there with the same Caleb that Canelo fought, and where Canelo dropped him and stopped him, you couldn't. And don't give me the bullshit. Styles make face. Okay, he knock out others.
Hey, Jules, he says that what you call it, that Benavidez beat on him for 6 rounds, and Canelo.
What about the 5 rounds before that?
He goes, David beat Plant up worse than Canelo did. Canelo just landed one punch. David beat on him for 6 rounds. Yeah, but Canelo knocked his
Wait, one at a time. You telling me that David beat on this man for 6 rounds and couldn't stop him?
Can we not talk about this again, man?
No. One at a time. You telling me? No, because I know what the next one gonna be. The next one gonna be is David landed more punches. Wait. Let me do this, please.
Let him cook. Let him cook. Go ahead, cook, Jules.
So David landed more punches than Canelo. David, who's bigger than Canelo, landed more punches than Canelo, and he still couldn't stop him.
Hey, Sophia says she wants a man to love her as much as Mirage loves the Cookie Monster.
all that tell me, you know what that tells me? That David don't. All that tell me is David don't hit as hard as Canelo. That's all that tells me. That Canelo don't have to land as much as you do to get the knockout. You could throw all your David Benavidez punches, just all the David punches, all them shits. And the motherfucker won't go down. Canelo throw one good uppercut, motherfucker out, slumped over the ropes like a dead body.
Oh wait. He says, it's still a beating. It's not always a stop. So if it's still a beating, he still couldn't stop him.
Basically, it couldn't have been. Listen. It couldn't have been. It couldn't have been that bad a beating, Mirage, because at no point in the fight did Caleb get knocked out. It couldn't have been that bad.
And where's my boy Chaim at? Because I'd rather go back and forth with Chaim than that cuck from Australia. And
thank you.
All we need to know is this. Monsters sell more than 50,000 pay-per-views. I'm sorry.
Oh.
You know,
bro.
Remember Mirage tried to say that Mexicans are going to support him. Where was it at?
Listen. This is what I'm telling you. This is why I'm not going to keep doing it, because before the fight, he swore up and down that the whole Mexico was going to get behind David. The whole Mexico. The people in Jalisco, the people in Mexico City, the people in Hermosillo and Sonora, all the people everywhere. They was going to get behind. Now wait, none of that happened. He said that he was going to stop him. He said he was going to stop him faster than Canelo. He said he was going to, and none of that happened. What are we talking about then? What are we talking about then?
You don't even know.
Oh shit, man, I gotta pee.
Yo, he said, go back and watch them lives. He said all the people, the Aztec spirits, Quetzalcoatl, he said all this shit was gonna happen.
Hey, he said it was gonna do 600K buys.
Jules, the Aztec spirit stole the fight.
The Aztec spirit, they must have. He said Quetzalcoatl was gonna come out of the earth. And
what we need to do is someone gotta cut up that clip. Someone gotta cut up that clip of Jules. Someone got to cut up that clip of Jules interviewing Navarrete asking about Benavidez anytime someone's bringing up Benavidez.
He said the Maya serpent spirit is going to come out of the earth. David.
He said that was going to happen for Benavidez?
Yes. He said the Maya serpent spirit was going to come out of the earth.
He was saying that they were going to sacrifice Plant on top of the Benavidez temple in the middle of freaking Mexico City, man.
And listen, none of that shit, none of that fly shit, none of that shit. Only so that after the fight, you could, after the fight, he starts, it was a big moment. It was, all right, bro.
And who did you interview, Jules? You interviewed Navarrete, and Navarrete is like, who's David Benavidez?
Everything I told him, you don't have to. Listen, you don't have to believe me. It's recorded. Go back to the late night boxing talks and go towards the end, because that's usually when Mirage pops up towards the end. Go back to any one of them. I'm telling them, David don't rock like that out here. And the Mexican fans, They not behind him like that. What are you talking about? They'll be lucky if they could do 200,000 buys with this shit, bro.
And beware of some of those because man, some of those dragged on for damn near 5 hours because of that guy.
What they do 100? They did like 100, right?
Bro, they said he did. Bro, they say he did like. They say he did like 49,000.
Oh,
well, I told you guys. The only reason I was interested in the fight is because I went. I wasn't gonna buy that fight.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
I went for the event. Yeah, I went for the event. I was gonna buy that shit.
I don't know what it is about these hype jobs that people get so enamored with these. Just like, bro, I literally, I don't know what it is. I'm like, bro, that dude failed you, bro. He got you looking crazy out here, bro. I'm okay. Because I've been telling you, he's the hype job. He is not what you think.
Look at that fight, bro. That was two contenders fighting each other. Who the fuck is going to pay $80 for two contenders fighting each other?
No, I'm posting. No, listen, and I'm boo-boo the fool, even though I made my money. You know, I'll pay. Listen, this is how it usually goes. I'll pay 80 for the pay-per-view or 75. I'll end up making either between 120 and 150 off the live. So I'll get my money back and I make some. That's the only reason I bought that fight. That's because for me, it's a flip. But I'm telling you, yo, Canelo knocked this guy out already. You missed the opportunity to be the first man to do it. So don't think that after the fact, over a year later, that this is going to be some big deal that you're fighting him. It's not. People don't care. And lo and behold, that's what the numbers show, 49,000. How come 800,000 people wanted to see Canelo fight that man, and not even 100,000 people wanted to see you fight that man?
Jules, that's enough. You killed the guy. He left the chat. He's not in the chat anymore.
Good, he's gone. Thank God. Jeez.
Edwin said that Mirage took Spanish classes in hope of meeting Benavidez.
Say what now?
Okay, we're giving Mirage too much. We're giving Mirage too much cloud.
We're giving it too much air. We're giving it too much airtime.
After the rumors of
so let me ask you guys this: we got this fight coming up in Jalisco, right? My man Jules said that if Rolly wins, he's calling bullshit. Correct? Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that there's a possibility that the people behind Ryder are saying, "Hey, bro, you know where we going to fight this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Might not be advantageous to beat this guy.
Now listen,
if we're trying to get the fuck up out of here."
Listen, this is the thing. John Ryder, like, God bless John Ryder and every fighter like him, because he goes into most situations unfavorable. This is not the first time. When he went over to Queensbury to fight Zach Parker, it's the same shit. This is a Queensbury fighter I'm fighting, an unbeaten fighter I'm fighting, and I'm fighting him where he's from, in his neck of the woods. I don't got no reason to win this fight, but he still wins.
Right.
You picked him to lose, Jules.
Because of that.
So did I. Yeah, so did I.
I'm like, yo, I said there is no way Frank Warren will let this guy win. And John, God bless him. That's why I say that. He ain't no quitting him. So what I see in this fight that he about to have, which people shouldn't downplay, because if you know your boxing, you know what you about to get. You about to get a shootout. John is not there to box. He's going to try to get in Canelo face. He's going to try to rough him up. That's what he do every single fight. That's what he do. That's who he is. He stay in character. And he is going to put Canelo in a situation where I got to knock him out because he won't get the fuck out my face. I got to knock him out. That's John shit. He flustered Callum Smith with that shit. He flustered motherfucking Zach Parker with that shit. He going to try that same shit. Hey, he flustered Danny Jacobs with that shit a little bit too. Telling you, it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a good fight to watch.
Oh, yeah, for as long as it lasts. Hell yeah.
And I think, which is why I'm not stuck on how Canelo looked with Bivol, because this is a different style matchup. And I'm not stuck on how Canelo looked with Golovkin because he had a broken hand. There's evidence of that when he was in the locker room and they was trying to put the glove on him, he was grimacing because the hand was all fucked up. I believe him. I don't have no reason not to. His track record speaks for itself. I believe, no, we going to see the old Canelo. We about to see the old Canelo. In this John Ryder fight, that's what we about to see. Though I do agree with you, Shelton, that, yeah, B-ball is a different gravy, bro. That's a different gravy, bro. That style that he got, it don't do Canelo no favors. Benavidez
Right.
and John Ryder, they style, that does Canelo all the favors in the world. I don't have to
Oh,
find
no, I agree. I agree with that.
Who's
They both
adjusting the stereo?
They're gonna be right in front of them. You're not gonna have to look for either one of those dudes. They not going nowhere. They coming right at you. You ain't gotta find them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I give John Ryder a shot. I just don't think that he can stand up. If Canelo is right, if Canelo is Canelo, if he's healed up and he's good and he's right, I think Canelo got too much skill and too much firepower for the guy. And I also don't think it's advantageous for anybody to try to beat Canelo in Jalisco, Mexico. I just don't think so.
No.
Yeah, like if you go into Jalisco to fight a Canelo, you looking for a knockout.
Yep. That's the only chance John Ryder's got. He's got to knock him out. Otherwise, he's not winning.
You ain't gonna win a decision. Like,
hell no.
Think they gonna score this fight for you, bro? You crazy?
Watch Canelo get even if Canelo got knocked down over there, they won't count it.
Bro, I could get knocked out. The ref could get knocked out, and Canelo could get knocked out, and Canelo is still win the fight.
Hey.
Still. Now let me read the super chat. Will says that makes sense if the WBA is to be believed. They are supposed to be getting rid of regular championship status. Rolly having a belt would be convenient for Tank to take. Exactly. It gives him the perfect out. Now, you could argue that if Devin wins the fight, it ain't going to matter. Because if Devin beats Loma, he's going to move up anyway, and Tank could just move in and take the belt that Devin leaves behind. You could argue that. But if Loma wins, Devin... Javante will fight him, bro. He don't want to fight him.
And then Devin could throw a wrench in that, and be like, "Hey, WB, I'm going up to 40. I want to fight Rolly."
That's another thing that he's undisputed. So he could press the issue with the BO. He could press the issue with the BA, with the BC. He could do a lot of if he wins. Still a question as to whether or not he's going to win. But see, that's what a good fight does. I cannot sit here and tell you with an absolute certitude that Devin is going to win that fight. But I can't tell you that Loma's going to win that fight either. That's how you know it's a good fight. Because I don't know.
And see, Jules, that's why I fuck with you, bro. That's exactly why I fuck with you. Because you are the only guy on YouTube that I've heard in the last 3 months that called the shit down the middle. I can't tell you that Devin's going to smoke this guy. But I also can't tell you that Devin ain't gonna get smoked. I don't know. That's why I want to see the fucking fight.
That's the whole fucking reason to watch that shit. Because a good fight, it's like when Ali fought Foreman, right? You feel Ali about to die. He about to get killed. But man, he might have a chance. You got to see it. You know what I mean? I don't feel that way with Ryan and Javante. I'm like, man, I don't care about this shit. I could watch the highlights next weekend on Showtime. You know they gonna show them.
Don't give a fuck. That's the whole thing. Who gives a fuck about this fight, bro? It's for nothing.
Okay,
it's for nothing.
About Ryan and Gervonta.
Oh, what's up, Leo?
Hi, Jay.
Leo, what's up, brother?
What's up, country? Hi. Look, about Ryan and Gervonta Davis. Look, if you're a casual boxing fan, this is the fight for you. Maybe you relate with those guys in some way. Maybe you do TikTok videos. Maybe you hit women. Whatever. But this is the fight for you if you are a casual and you don't know shit about boxing, so you don't know what's going to happen. But if you're a hardcore boxing fan, Gervonta has to knock out Ryan Garcia. He has to. There is no other either than total domination by Gervonta Davis is gonna look bad. You are the former world champion.
Yep.
You are the guy that has competed at the highest level. Not Ryan Garcia, not really. So if you are a hardcore boxing fan, you hope to see Gervonta Davis knocking out Ryan Garcia, and there is no other acceptable scenario for Gervonta Davis. If you
Bro,
look
if
bad
Ryan
at
knocks out
Gervonta Davis, you ain't shit. Sorry.
No, honestly, it's the truth that because I feel that the weight stipulations took away the last bit of intrigue that the fight had for me, because it's like, well, this guy's probably going to be weakened by this. Like, at least if it were at 140, then I could say, well, Ryan's got a little bit of height, but I'm looking at a guy, he's got to make 136. He can't weigh more than 10 pounds over. I'm like, all right, bro. All right. So Javante's going to knock him out then. Okay. Simple. There's no intrigue. Whereas with Devin and Loma, yes, Loma has the right style, but he's smaller and he's older. You know what I mean? Devin is younger and bigger and fresher, but he don't have no inside game. But Lomachenko's not the same guy that he used to be, and he look human with Jimmy. It's a lot of things that make that fight like, you know what? I don't know what the fuck gonna happen. I need to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's an interesting, intriguing fight, man. And it's one that we look forward to.
I can't wait. I cannot.
That's supposed to be the whole appeal of a fight, that, you know what, I actually don't know what's going to happen with an absolute certitude, so I need to tune in and watch. That's what makes a fight great. But if you got to do all this bullshit to the guy before y'all even get in the ring, I might as well not even watch this shit.
And he's not even a champion or an elite fighter. He's a freaking prospect, just like, come on.
And that's why I'm so excited about Saturday, because, to be honest, I don't know what's going to happen in this fight. As much as I love Joe Joyce, Joe Joyce only got 14 fights, and he ain't fought nobody except fucking Joseph Parker.
Nah, we can't say nobody, but I'll say this. The styles is what make that good. This guy's a big old southpaw. He's a big southpaw. And he could punch. We know that. Yeah. And the other thing is, look, Joe don't got a reputation for having a chin because he got defense. No, he don't got defense. No. He gets hit.
His chin is defense.
His chin is defense. But wait a minute. You said something earlier, Jules. You just said you can't say nobody. Who the fuck has he fought besides Joseph Parker? Who?
Nah, I'm gonna say for a guy who don't have 20 fights, he has a great resume. If I compare his resume to Hergovic, if I compare his resume to
of course. Like, I ain't talking about the big crushers.
No, this is what I'm saying. Out of all the unbeaten guys that's coming through, he literally has the best resume. He fought two former champions in Stavern and Parker. Unbeaten. He fought Takam, who's a hard guy to fight. He's always a hard guy to fight. And we can't shit on it because, hell, Takam just beat Tony Yoka.
Dude, who's messing around with the stereo in the background?
Yeah, who shit is that?
Tony Yoka, come on, y'all. Now, look, come on, y'all. We knew Tony Yoka wasn't shit when he lost that African dude that nobody heard of.
No, it ain't that. It's more like you got a crop of unbeaten guys, and we can safely say that out of all the unbeaten guys, this guy is a real world title challenger. Them other guys, not so much.
Yeah. I can agree with that, and that's why I was saying that's why I love this fight, because if I don't know anything else about Big Bang Zhang, I know he's gonna hit your ass. He gonna punch you.
Them early rounds is Zhang's best opportunity, because y'all know Joyce. The longer the fight goes,
gas tank.
The more it favors him.
He got a gas tank. He does have a gas tank.
So it's a lot of good fights coming up.
Slow as shit, man. I wouldn't be surprised if Zhang wins, bro.
I'm gonna tell y'all what. Y'all better watch Michael, because he be right.
I just watched Zhang beat the shit out of Hergovich.
That's what I'm trying. I gotta watch Michael, man. He got listen. Michael know Haitian voodoo magic.
That explains it.
I'm telling you, that's why he be right sometimes. Like,
look, man, I don't know. I've never seen a heavyweight. I've seen it in the lighter weights. I've never seen a heavyweight turn his back and run
twice
until I saw Zhang versus Hergovich.
He did it twice.
Hergovich turned his back and ran.
He
And
did it two
listen,
times. Two
Hergovic,
times.
and the other thing is you got to remember that Hergovic,
Yo, whose mic is that, bro? That's annoying.
Come
as
on,
shit.
man, for real,
I
man.
know.
Who's underwater?
Hergovic is not a small heavyweight. He a big heavyweight, just like Joyce. And this man literally turned his back on Zhang, like,
Did he get dropped too? He got dropped too, right?
He got dropped in the shit, bro. That's what I'm telling you.
He got dropped in the fifth. He got dropped in the fifth.
And I'm gonna say that Joyce, he gets hit. That's
A
why all
lot.
that shit,
Too much.
all that shit with Parker, that shit don't fool me. I remember when you fought Christian Hammer, he was nailing you with them overhand rights.
Yes, he was.
When you fought Brian Jennings, he went to your body and he hurt you, and he was hitting you with rights. I'm like, yo, if Zhang get in with one of them lefts, it could be a problem. And
he's going to get him on them lefts. Right hook, straight down the middle. That's all he needs.
That's the other thing that he got a counter, because he's a southpaw. His left hook is a right hook.
Yeah.
He got a good ass counter right hook. Be that you'll shoot your jab and Ming right
And
around the side.
He doesn't have to try hard to counter because Joyce's jab is consistent. He throws a lot, but it's very fucking slow.
Yo, it's
very slow.
It's going, and that's what makes that a good fight. That you don't look at that fight and say, "Oh, well, yeah, it's just a whitewash." Nah, Zhang actually does have a chance. We ain't here to see an overmatched guy. And when I look at Davis and Garcia, the more I look at it as the fight date approaches, it's like the scene in Gladiator when he stabbed Maximus with the knife before he sent him up to the arena. It's
Yeah.
You done handicapped him already, bro.
But guess what? Guess what, Jules? Maximus still won.
Yeah, but
when it comes to
Ryan
Joyce,
is Maximus.
when it comes to Joyce, it's bound to happen at some point.
No.
Look at what happened to Pandora, bro. He takes too many shots. It's bound to happen to him. Like, somebody's gonna do him bad. It might be Zhang. I don't know, but like, he blocks punches with his face. Like, at
that chin is gonna get cracked one day.
At
Will.
heavyweight, like, how long? Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
my thing is that they're looking at my thing is I hate recency bias, right? And I know for a fact that they wasn't talking about him this way until the Parker fight. That's when all this shit's like, that's when this really started. And I'm like, wait a minute. You telling me that and I picked him to knock out Parker, by the way, so I'm not a hater. I'm not salty at all. I said he's gonna stop Parker. But you telling me that because he knocked out what is literally the most polite heavyweight, oh, he beats everybody, bro. No, bro. Parker don't got the firepower that Zhang has. He don't have the size that Zhang has, and he don't have the pedigree that Zhang has. So yeah, this is a closer fight.
And he don't have the mentality that Zhang has, because Zhang is coming to get you. He's not coming to fuck around. He's not coming to play with you.
And listen, when nobody wanted to fight Hergovic, the big bad boogeyman, nobody wanted to know nothing about Hergovic. Who
Big
stepped
Bang
up?
fucking Zhang.
Big Bang motherfucking Zhang, bro.
He's not scared of nobody, bro.
Scared as shit, bro. He know where all the Chinese food is. Will says, what excuses is Mirage gonna make for Benavidez when he ducks Canelo? I can't wait to see when it happens. It's already happening, bro. They already talking sides of the street and all of that.
He's prepping them as we speak. So
Rada says only one pay-per-view sold in Australia, and it was we got a single buy. Will says a starving dog bites twice as hard, Jules. Time will tell if I'm wrong, but I think that was the biggest mistake Davis made was draining Garcia. I don't know, man. Like I said, when I look at that kid's feet, you got to win that fight. Let me put it this way. He has to win that fight with his feet, not just his jab, his feet. That means when you see Javante trying to creep in and get something over the top, you got to move lateral or pivot or back up. And that kid got baby gazelle feet. Watch his feet. He got baby gazelle feet. They don't be looking right.
I mean, honestly, like Joe's, like if Ryan actually manages, if he does pull it off and win, that's even more an indictment on Tank, because you can even beat him when he was weak.
There's no. If Javante loses, there's no excuses he could make. But being real, look, man, Javante has every advantage. So logically, you got to go with him because he has every advantage.
Yeah, he should win, but if he doesn't, that's even more of a bruh.
He has every advantage. You got a guy. He like you 136 and a rehydrate. Like, bro, like you handicapped him already. It's a wrap. I seen him at the what was it, the public workout yesterday. He looked anorexic.
Was he about to barf in certain instances?
Yeah, there was. You see the shit that he looked like he was about to Earl. Like, come on, B. So even though I of course I would like to see Leonard Ellerbe squirm. Of course I would like to see that. But being real, that's wishful thinking. The logical choice is Tank by way of knockout. That's the logical choice. Because no matter what, no matter how much we don't like Gervonta's matchmaking, one thing is true. He is more experienced than Ryan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He is.
And he is a good counter puncher. You can't lie.
He is.
Yeah. And Ryan been down before against a southpaw.
Who can't punch?
Southpaw?
Who can't punch?
Who can't punch? Put him in there with one that can, that ain't drained.
Can't punch.
But honestly, though, I do. If this is the thing is with Tank, bro, I lost a lot of like respect as far as his ring IQ when he was having trouble with Rolly. I'm like, dude, there's no way you're having trouble.
Rolly, I had Rolly ahead in that fight during the time of the knockout.
The judge had the Rolly ahead too.
Yeah.
What does that say about Tank? That's not a good thing at all.
Bro, I dig that the judges had it that way, and I understand that Rolly is a flawed fighter. Don't get it twisted. I get all that, but you got to trust. You are trusting that Ryan is going to knock him out then, because he ain't going to win a decision. I can tell you that. No. If both men are standing at the end of that fight, you'd sooner see a draw before Ryan gets a decision.
Well, he'd have to make.
Would that be some shit if they scored a draw? Wouldn't that be
they could get 2 fights out of it if they do.
Mm-hmm.
It's Wilder versus Fury all over again.
Oh God!
And if you think
trilogy of all time.
Okay, and also Ryan Garcia is not the kind of fighter that goes there and wins every round until he knocks him out. It's not that. It's not the pump. It doesn't have the pound for pound qualities that, for example, Shakur Stevenson has. That even when he's beating the shit out of him, the guy at the opposite side of the ring is winning every round. Ryan Garcia is not that kind of fighter either.
No. Look at how he looked to go. Look at how he looked with Emmanuel to go. It's like he hasn't put in the legwork to where anybody should trust him, because the legwork is what Devin did. It's not that beating JoJo is this amazing thing. It's not that beating Linares is this amazing thing. It's that this is literally a part of the process. You have to prove that you can beat these kinds of guys. He proved that. You have to prove that you can beat a George Kambosos. He proved that. Ryan, your best guy is Luke Campbell.
Like, he doesn't even have a former champion on his resume.
And let me say this too. I'm not knocking Luke Campbell, but the version of Luke that you fought, didn't he retire right after that?
Yes, he did.
So he wasn't even in his prime. That's what I see. And
still managed to get dropped though. So
and that's the best guy that he fought. Like, nah, son, it's just what I need to see to trust you. It's not there, man. It is just.
See, bro, I honestly think Ryan's gonna retire after this fight.
Yeah. Who else said that? Shelton. Yeah, y'all might be onto something. I think he might, because what is he, 26 now? And isn't this
Bro,
the age?
I mean, what you think he going to stick around and fight the Pro Grays and Matiases of the world? No.
Nah,
he's going to get the fuck out of Dodge. He going to take the money that he made. He going to make more TikTok videos. He going to be on Impulsive with Logan Paul. Yeah, dude ain't here for the long run, man. Imagine him trying to fight Pro Gray.
Exactly. I think Tank's gonna rematch Pitbull after this, and then he's gonna.
No, I think he's gonna rematch Rolly once Rolly robs Puello.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's what I think. Like, that's why I'm like, look, I understand that Rolly sucks. I say it all the time, but fight fixing is real, and I would sooner believe that they would fix that fight to put a belt in Rolly's hand than to allow Puello to keep it, because there is no money in Alberto Puello.
Alberto Puello, if you're listening to this message, you better knock out Rolly. That's all I got to say.
He doesn't have power to knock out Rolly.
I'm just saying that's the only way he's winning.
So he probably. Yeah, but then get unification though, wouldn't we? With with what's his name?
No, because look, it's all bad. If Puello keeps the belt, they already said they're friends and they're not going to fight him and Matias.
Weak.
If Rolly wins the belt, do you think they're going to put him in there with Matias?
Nah, they're not.
Matias will literally kill that boy. Not playing. He will literally kill that boy. Kill people. He killed at least one guy, bro.
Well, let's not say he killed him. Let's not.
Well,
On the bright side, I mean, on the bright side, on the bright side of Rolly fought Matias, hopefully he won't make that sound he does anymore when he throws punches. So,
you know what I mean? So look, man, 140, it is, and that's why I said that. Look, motherfuckers could say this and that about where Regis should go, but PBC won't keep him busy, and Top Rank, even though they do have good names, I cannot trust that those people will fight him. I could see them guys ducking him, even if he do go over there. I could see all them guys ducking him. The only one I think would fight him is Arnold Barboza, because he don't got nothing. He don't got nothing going on. But if Teofimo beats Josh Taylor, you think he's gonna go right into a prograde fight?
No.
Hell no. Hell no.
Him and his dad are going to start up. Oh, we're the A side. You got to pay it. Like, it's just going to be some.
Not even. They're going to say. You know what they're going to say? We beat the guy that beat you. That's what they're going to say.
So also, what do we need to fight you for?
That's what they're going to say. Do you think Jose Ramirez?
Well, Rick Merrigan was on Twitter trying to make the fight or something, but that's
because he wants to get. See, this is what's going on, and I believe that it's. The more I think about it, at least I see the bones of the plan. The bones of the plan. Look, you're not doing this fight in New York to do Josh any favors. You're doing that for Teofimo. If it's in New York, you're doing that. Initially, the plan was to do it in Scotland. Y'all changed the plan. Now it's in New York. Well, that favors Teofimo. And then who do we see them lining up by way of the WBO? Arnold Barboza. Who wanted to fight who? We wanted to fight, Jay.
Tio?
It's a very easy situation to pinpoint. There's more upside with Tio winning because they got the Devin Haney fight, they got all these other fights. But in the event Josh loses, they can cut. This is a cut bait with either fighter fight, and they're just banking on if we're gonna back one fighter because of the upside, we'll back Tio because he's younger, and we got more for him at 140 than Josh at 140.
Now, ringside, what I'm going to say is I don't think that fight is going to happen. I think Bob Arum pulled strings to have that fight ordered so they could force Liam Botto out of that position. Because right now, Liam Botto is the one that's in line. He's in line. He's the one that's in line by way of the WBO. And what they want to do is force him out of that spot so that Arnold could occupy it, so that Arnold will be in line for the winner of Taylor versus
I think
was Arnold number 2?
I think Liam will take that fight.
I don't think he is.
Yeah. Is Arnold number 2 or number 3? When is he? Was he ranked?
I don't know, but like you can see what they're doing, so it don't matter. They already ordered the fight, so it don't matter where you at. They ordered it.
Yeah. And if these British guys, they're worth the shit, bro. I don't trust these Americans.
No, listen, that dude's Australian, bro. He can fight. He can fight.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if I asked, Jules. I didn't know if I asked you. Do you know if there's going to be any of the women fighters on that Paul Diaz undercard? Any early things you hearing? Rumors?
I think that the only thing I think Jadeja might fight a keep busy fight in that card. That's what I think. I think she might fight a keep busy fight while she waits for the winner of Marshall versus Cruz. I think Jadeja is going to fight a keep busy fight. Amanda, I don't know because I don't know when she's going to come back. She might still fight Katie again if Katie beats Chantel Cameron. So I don't really know.
I do like Amanda on that card just because of the buzz it'll add to her. Just to build off the momentum.
But look, back to Liam. I don't think that fight is going to happen, Michael, because if you Liam, you got other options. If you Liam. You could fight Stevie Sparks in Australia. You could get money with that. You could fight Dalton Smith in the UK. You could get money with that. You could fucking fight Jack Cataract in the UK.
But this is Eddie's chance at getting the belt, onto his side.
I dig that, but
and then have a unification with Regis. Oh, see, I see the future, bro. See that shit,
bro. I don't know. I don't think
You're
that
not a
fight is gonna-
Capricorn, bro. You don't see the
Nah.
future.
I'm being real, Michael. I don't think
Yeah,
that shit
fuck
going.
haters.
I don't think that shit gonna happen, bro. I really don't.
I think so. I don't see why it wouldn't.
I don't think so, bro. Look, who was Liam supposed to fight? Liam was supposed to fight, I think. Liam was supposed to fight, I think it was Jose Ramirez, and Rick Mirrigan got mad. I remember he got mad. Something about Liam Pato, this was months ago, and it's because Liam Pato went the other way. He was getting close to the title shot, but he decided to fight Jock Barvis, and he knocked his ass out. And I think we about to see something like that.
Jock Barvis.
You got to fight Jock Barvis. I think we about to see another move like that. Like, bro, what I'm gonna fight this guy for? This is not a big money. Arnold Barboza is not a big money fight. It's a risky fight. It's not a big money fight. So what I'm gonna fight him for again? I don't know, B.
This
don't
off
understand,
topic.
bro.
This off topic, but I gotta say it. I don't know who else is. I'm rocking with the Chinese monster this Saturday. I'm sorry.
I think I'm gonna go with him too. I think so.
I think he's gonna knock down Joyce, but I think Joyce is gonna get up and wear him out.
The thing is, bro, I don't believe this Joyce hype, bro.
And I'm excited for this fight, yo. I'm glad nothing happened to this fight. We getting it because I think Zile's gonna fuck him up, bro.
The fans,
I like
bro. The
both
fans
guys,
are winning.
though.
I don't know.
Wait,
dude.
nobody say nothing. Wait, nobody say nothing. Go ahead, Michael. Say it again.
The fucking fans are winning.
Winning, yo.
The fans are winning.
Hey, I don't know, dude, because you know what? Zhang's got some tank issues there, man.
That's what I'm saying. I could see him. What I see, I think he can knock down Joyce, and I think Joyce is gonna get up and Joe Joyce him. That's what I think.
He's gonna get juggernauted.
From what you say, from how you say that, Jules, you wouldn't be surprised though if Zile won. Is what it sounds like.
No, I wouldn't be. No, I would. Nah,
I don't think anybody would.
I wouldn't be surprised if he won, but it's like he reminds me of Bogdan Dinu, that he'll start off strong, but he'll fade. You know, Bogdan. If you seen one Bogdan Dinu fight, you've seen them all.
There you go. Julio's with me.
He'll start off all right, fade down the stretch. I could see Zhang knocking him down. I can, but I think he's gonna get up and he's gonna wear him out. On that note, gentlemen,
I don't. Before you leave, I don't think Joe Joyce will ever win a belt, bro.
No, I don't think he's ever gonna win a belt.
Well, not with
I
Usyk
hope he.
having him.
I would hope he does, because I would like for Joshua versus Joyce next year to be a unification match. But Joshua's moving like an idiot, so
I hope it's not.
He's moving like a fucking idiot. So I like at some point
Has
I'm
Eddie
like,
said anything about that yet?
bro, there's I know you heard the rumor that's out there.
Okay, yeah, fuck that. That's not true.
No, not the pet, not no pet shit. There's a rumor that the Saudis are paying big cash, huge cash, to stage a 4-man heavyweight death match where Wilder versus Joshua, co-main, Fury versus Usyk, main. That's
the rumor.
Simon Jordan.
I saw that, but that's Simon Jordan that said that, bro. I don't trust that guy.
I'm just saying, hey, you know, I'm just relaying it to you, bro. So
that would make sense. That would make sense if this was on hold for a while, but
you know, so we'll see, bro. I mean, to me, honestly, I don't really believe the rumor. Is too good to be true, bro. It's too good to be true. And this is boxing. This is not baseball. More miracles happen in baseball than boxing, bro.
And Jules, what do we always say when something usually is too good to be true?
Yeah, it usually is.
But the thing is with AJ, even if he was fighting like Wilder or some shit, he could still get a fight in the summer and then fight in the winter. What's the problem?
Well, the problem there is that if you have a fight like that coming up, you don't want to jeopardize it with injuries. That's the problem. That would be that if he's not fighting in the summer, what would be the reason? Well, big fight coming up, and I don't want to get tenderized to suffer any injuries, anything like that might jeopardize the fight if you decided not to fight. You know, I don't think it's a good idea, because I think in reverse, you got to have killer. Like, no, whoever you put me in there with next, I'm going to knock them the fuck out. I don't care who it is. But AJ not moving right. And I'm like, yo, dog, you know what? I've been very even-tempered. I've been very understanding. But if you still gonna keep letting these guys dictate your career, ain't shit I could say. You find it more important to fight them than they find it important to fight you. And that's the story of your career. You put all the priority and they played with your time and played with your name, and you still letting them. So it is what it is.
Yeah,
That's facts. That's true.
I feel you.
If it's me, I tell the whole world, suck a dick. I'm fighting 3 times this year. I don't care about Wilder. I don't care about Fury. I'm doing me now. Let the belt holders worry about the belt holders. I'm not after belts this year. I just want to knock people out this year. That's the path that I think he should have took. But hey, it is what it is.
And that hurts me, bro, because AJ, I'm a big fan of AJ, bro. Damn.
I'm a big fan too, man. But when Roy got slid under that ring, I learned they're only human.
Mm-hmm.
Only human. Yeah, you know what I mean? On that note, I'm out.
All right, deuces.
That Joe.